Broadcasting live from the basement of a Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
just running from the pain in my heart. $10 short and 1 day late. That's all I've ever been to you. But oh, that happy feeling when my love flew through the ceiling and I was freed from your burning memory. Said don't cry for me, sweet Annalie. You know you're the keeper of the stars. I love you and I want you, and you'll always draw me near. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. Into the arms of another, and for a while she made me feel alright. But in a crazy blunder, your love took me back under. Now I'm tied to those shackles and chains. Said don't cry for me, sweet Annalie. You know you're the keeper of the stars. I love you and I want you, and you'll always draw me near. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. It took me to unwind, and now I'm right back from where it began. How old will I be when you finally set me free, and the sun shines on my heart again? Said don't cry for me, sweet Annalie. You know you're the keeper of my stars. I love you and I want you, and you'll always draw me near. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart. I'm just running from the pain in my heart.
Come on out, 1965, them boys were called upon. Some fist-fighting cowboys in them jungles of Vietnam. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere strapped on my feet, machine gun in my head. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Y'all, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double cross me. Yeah, come on now. 200 rounds I got strapped across my vest. 800 more and I'm gonna pluck one in your chest. I'm an airborne man, baby. Drop me anywhere you please. Y'all, I'm one mean motherfucker. Don't you never double cross me. Yeah, I'm a mean motherfucker. Don't you never. I'm a mean motherfucker. Don't you never. I'm a mean motherfucker. So don't you never double cross me.
wear a condom. We're in Fayetteville. No one gets STDs here.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's,
welcome.
Wednesday, the 19th of July, 2023. Oh, shit. We have a guest. We have a guest tonight.
We do have a guest.
We do have a guest tonight. And
and I'm in a new room.
Yep. And in case before anyone gives me any shit, we did go a little bit long on the timer because I wanted to get that song that's Airborne Man by our guest tonight.
Yeah.
So Marc Ridge is going to join us in the second hour, and that is one of his cuts. So we got the email about 2 weeks ago that he's going to be on.
Yeah,
something like that.
2 weeks ago.
And he's been added into my Spotify for the last couple weeks. So my Spotify's weird. All of my music is weird. Okay.
Yeah, we know this.
Yeah, so I'll go from
Amish music?
No Amish music, but I'll go from Robert Earl Keen, right, to Tupac, and you know what I mean. So it's a big mix in there.
Yeah.
And yeah. So yeah, no, Amy, that's right. It's a great song. It's a fantastic song, and I'm really looking forward to having our guest second hour. So he can kind of.
I got his stuff on my Amazon playlist. And
okay.
I've been playing it all week.
I wish I knew it was on Amazon. So
yeah, it's on Amazon.
Okay, so I usually have Spotify. I have Spotify and I have Apple iTunes Music on my phone, right? And I've spent probably an hour earlier trying to get it off of Amazon or off of Spotify onto my computer, and we use Winamp, which is a little on the old side, but it works with everything we've got. Right? Sound quality's fine. A little bit hard to use sometime, but it's whatever, you know. I could not get his songs off of there. So an hour ago, I'm messaging Mark like, "Hey dude, can you send me some tunes so I can play them? I want to play your music on her show." He got them to me he got them to me 2 minutes before the show started. So I was a little bit
hey, that's okay. You did it.
Absolutely. I would much rather, you know what? I'll play his songs in the background. They're great. They really are great. He has, and we're talking about my playlist is really eclectic, right? It's all over the board as far as genres go. But I think one of the resounding things to me in the music I like listening to is people who write their own music.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because they're
singer-songwriters are the best in my opinion.
Absolutely, and it doesn't matter what genre of music, whether it's R&B or whether it's rap or whether it's country or whether it's Texas country or you name the genre. If you have somebody who writes their own music and that passion just comes out with them, and all of these songs that I have on my playlist, you know, I've got Humbletown and Starts and Ends. Those are buddies of mine that play music, and they write all of their own stuff. They do covers. Of course, when you play bars, you have to do covers. That's the rule, right? Somebody's going to want to hear Freebird or some shit. You have to play that kind of music when you play the bar scene. I understand that. But when they play those songs that they write and they put their heart and soul into, it gives it a different depth. You know, and you can see, especially if you, and I know you enjoy live music and concerts.
Oh, definitely.
And you can see that on their face. And I remember I watched Cross Canadian Ragweed at Billy Bob's when Soul Gravy came out, and we went to their CD release, and that was the first time I noticed it, of somebody on stage, the transition they made. It just in their face and the way their body was, they were just kind of playing some of the songs. Just I'm playing guitar on stage at Billy Bob's, and then next thing you know, bam, we're playing one of our songs on stage at Billy Bob's, and the whole energy, the whole place just changed. And that's when it really hit me that, you know, these guys that do write their own music have that passion to them, and that really changed my outlook on music. I know people like, like the bro vet country or whatever, and like not even bro vet, but like Toby Keith, or I think Toby Keith writes some of his own
that's
music.
funny.
But
I was just about to say Toby Keith.
I think some of these people, or like Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. Like I'll never argue with my wife about this, but they're basically like, they're good. They're really good. They're way better than I am. I'm not saying that, but essentially they're just karaoke singers. There, I said it. I said it on air.
Well, they're
hate me if you want.
putting out what the masses want to hear.
Absolutely, and they're playing popular music, obviously. And there's something to be said for that. I totally understand that, and they're like, I don't know, like quote unquote selling out, but whatever. I get that. I understand that. Like, you're there to make money. So yeah, I get it, and but that's why I want to like have dudes come up. Guys like Mark, who are like, he's an Army veteran. He's paying his dues, doing all the bars and all that. And he plays good music. And I want everyone, at least that we have, to hear that. So that's why I'm really looking forward to have him on in about 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Speaking of eclectic music, I think I sent that to you, didn't I? Or the group. I went to the VA. Oh my God. So I went to the VA on Monday.
Yeah.
And it was for my yearly, right? And I'm sitting in there, and I always go, because I hate fasting labs because I'm fat and I like to eat. So I always set my labs. I always go in for the earliest one I can get. It's usually 7:00, right?
Yeah.
So I go in.
You don't have to not eat for a long time.
Yeah, because I'm fat. I can't do that. And so I did my shit. Went in for my 7:00 labs. Supposed to meet with the nurse at 7:30. Doc's appointment's at 8. Right? I've done it for years. That's what I do every time I go to the VA.
Yeah.
So go check in do the labs, go fine. I had like a Cliff Bar in my car, grab my Cliff Bar, so I have a little something in my tummy, grab a bottle of water, and I go and I sit down in the lab. I check in with the doctor, with the nurse's station there. I check in. It's in the little waiting room. And I'm supposed to be seen at 7:30. 9:30 rolls around. They still haven't called my name yet. And I'm the first dude, right? I go to the window. I'm like, hey, just curious. Am I in the right spot? Did I miss something? Was I supposed to go to, was I supposed to be like with a different, because they changed a bunch of stuff around. Like my primary care doctor is gone and everything. So it's all kind of fucked up. I'm like, no, you're in the right spot. Sergeant Ford, don't worry about it. We just, it's going to be a little bit. Oh, okay. It ended up being like near 10:00 before I got in there.
Damn.
Yeah. And then they do all my shit.
Talk about running behind.
Yep. And then so they do all my shit. And I've been charting my blood pressure for a while so they can do the blood pressure thing, right?
Yeah.
And then the girl's like, your blood pressure's high. I'm like, I know. That's why. And I had the paperwork, right? In my fucking dick skinners. I got my paperwork saying, yeah, look, I've got high blood pressure. And she's like, well, this isn't right. And I'm looking at it, and mine have been about 150 to 160 over 110-ish, right? It came up at like 148 over 109 or something like that, right? And she does it like 3 times. She comes up about the same thing. Then she goes and gets a different cuff and puts it on me. It comes up at like 139 over 101. She's like, that's much better. I'm like, I don't feel like that's indicative. Like, I don't know what you did, but that's not right. Whatever. I was like, whatever at this point. So I go and I sit down with my primary care doc, and we're going through all the stuff, right? Is this any better? No. 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 It's actually worse. And we're going through the stuff, and then she's like, well, your blood pressure is really high, and I want to do an EKG. Okay. So then I go in there, and I go back to the same nurse, and so I'm this weird, like I'm like bushy from the waist up, like I'm caveman. From like the waist,
picture.
Yeah,
we've
with the Velcro, yeah,
yeah.
But my legs, and I don't shave my legs or anything, not hairy. And I was wearing shorts, no hair on my legs, right? I have like 3 hairs on both legs, like Homer Simpson kind of. So she's like, "Well, I need to take your shirt off so we can do an EKG." I said, "All right." So I go take my shirt off, and she's like, "Oh no." And she walks out of the room and comes back.
She got to put the leads on that big furry chest.
She comes back and she's got one of those like little disposable Bics, and she stands over me and she goes, "Nah, and walks back out and comes back in with like clippers, like from like the bar, not even like the little
do you
razor.
have bald spots now?
I do. I have patches all over. But it was just funny, her reaction.
Did you just go like, Kelly Clarkson?
Shut up. But she was so funny because she walked in, she looked at me, she's like, nah, with like the little Bic razor, and walks out. And I don't know where she, and because they weren't like, usually like the little electric shaver, you know, it wasn't that. It was like the full wall fucking Walmart clippers. And she's like, "Rawr." That'll work.
I had
like,
that
holy
same
shit.
problem at my OBGYN.
Oh,
I am not joking. I'm like a hairless cat. I have no hair on my arms,
Mm-hmm.
no hair on my legs. I have no underarm hair, nothing. But if I let that bush go, it's like 1970s porn
Yep.
over here.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, I understand. I completely understand.
Oh, yeah, poor gal. And then they
Lord.
wanted to I've been fighting GERD really bad for a while. And I'm sure it's like, dude, I'm on like 19 different prescriptions now or some shit. It's fucking
Holy
ridiculous.
crap.
I have a whole fucking shelf full of pills.
I feel better about myself and my medications right now. 'Cause
I'm
only on like 5.
I'm on like 2 different, well, let's go down. I'm on like 2 different blood pressure meds. I'm on like 2 different headache meds. And I have a shot too. They're like, if you get a migraine, take this shot. Jesus, really? All kinds of stuff, dude. I'm just like,
Oh yeah, I have the migraine shot. I have the migraine pills. I have a daily migraine med.
mhm.
I have my please don't kill anybody
Yep.
medication.
I've got 2 of those.
And I have I got anxiety when I go places and do things where there's too many people's medication. And then I have medicine that says it's for allergies, but it's actually to help me sleep.
Yep.
And I think that's all of them.
Yeah. I don't have night.
I think that's everything. It's like
I
5
have a
or 6.
bunch. I have
So
like,
that's
I
not
have a bunch.
bad compared. Do you have to like take in a big ass like gallon freezer bag
Yes.
Ziploc thingy like to bring your
Yes.
meds in to your
It's fu-
appointment?
I know they
Yeah, mine's
they
just
do
a
it. Do you
sandwich
do you
bag.
have the My Healthy Vet? Are you on that?
Yeah, I have them.
So yeah, you can just print all your meds on there. I just took that to them. I was like, fuck that.
I know.
But when I
do the
left,
same
when
thing.
I left, I went to the pharmacy because I refilled all my prescriptions and gave me more. I had a fucking Walmart sack full of pill bottles.
Do you get your stuff mailed to you?
Some of it. My
Okay, so-
refills, I do. When I go in, because they changed so
yeah.
much. They changed my doses on a couple, and they gave me some new ones and stuff. So I just
Yeah, because
go.
they're working shit out with you right now.
Yep. So while I walk, I have to walk right by the pharmacy anyway. So I just stop and get it. You know
Well,
what I mean?
always know when my meds are coming in the mail because my mailman always looks so pissed
Mm-hmm.
because they don't come like spread out because I go in and order all my refills at the same time.
Yep.
So they all come together and his poor little back because I live in a neighborhood where I have a walking mailman
Mm-hmm.
and he has to carry that big bag.
Oh
He's
no!
so angry.
Like a
He
Walmart
shows
sack
up at
full
my-
of.
and I always see him and I'm like looking through the blinds like one of them dependas
Because he's
and I'm like,
pushing.
hey,
Because he's pushing a
He's, like,
pallet jack.
shoving them in there.
He's pushing a pallet jack with all your fucking meds on it down the road and shit.
Right, that bitch is getting her meds again. Like, you should be glad I'm getting my meds. 'Cause
Yep. Bronco says, does the VA offer medical weed? I don't know if they do or not. I don't think they do.
think so.
In South Dakota,
Yes.
I'm sure I could get it if I went to one of the deals. And I've debated it. It's kind of, I don't know if it's pricey is the word. It's like $350, $400 to get the card, depending on where you go. And you have to pay like you have to pay like $300 to $350 to the examiner, and then it's like $50 or $75 to the state. And then when you get approved, you got to pay another $25. It is $75, and then you got to pay like another $25 to get the actual card when they approve you. It's just a racket to make money, and then you go to the deal in the dispensary and it's whatever. I was talking to the wife about that today, actually. I wonder if I shouldn't get off. I'm sure the VA is probably listening.
They're gonna be like, "What?"
I mean, because it's like I don't.
Take your shit away.
It's like everything I do, they're just like, no. And if it does make something better, then it makes something else 10 times worse.
Yeah, I had a couple
it's
meds
kind
that
of like
helped with the issue, but then caused the other issue.
I'm drinking. I don't know if you've ever had these. There's sparkling water, right? They're basically
Yeah, I love those.
yeah. I burp them up. You know what I had for dinner tonight?
Topamax.
Oh, you know what I had for dinner tonight? I had fucking iceberg lettuce with like a cup, like a little serving of ranch, burping it up. No matter what I put in my stomach, I spend all night just regurgitating it.
You sound like my son. Well, that's why you're going to get the.
Yep,
so
I'm
they
going
can
to
find it.
go get the thing. Yep, one joint might replace. I agree with that. I agree with that. Unfortunately, I have a thing called a CDL, and my job requires I have it, so I don't want to. That, and this is a topic for maybe we don't have time for this probably, because I personally, and this is radar. I think. Hold on, do we need to play the disclaimer? You guys hear the disclaimer? I go to like play it every time we go on break so we don't get sued. But I radar think that weed is good, especially as a medicine. I think we as society have kind of negated for some reason a lot of natural medicines, and whether it be marijuana or other things too. Like Amy asked, did I ever try keto or Atkins? I've tried a bunch of different diets, and they haven't really helped a whole lot. So
yeah, me too.
I mean, it's just kind of, I don't know. Not saying that it's not a thing. Maybe it would help, but I try to like, I don't know.
Yeah, if I didn't have my special gummies to sleep, I'd be screwed.
Oh, dude, I don't fucking. That's another thing I do too.
Because I don't sleep without them.
I gotta
don't
fucking
sleep without them.
I gotta like chart my sleep like every day. That Annie chick like fucking texts me like, "How'd you sleep last night?" It's fucking dumb, dude. I'm just like, Jesus. But I just like, I'm trying, and I understand like all these people. They're all there to help. Everyone who I dealt with at the VA genuinely wants to help. I didn't feel like even when they were like, that gal was just writing me prescription after prescription after prescription, I didn't feel as though she was like trying to just, here's some pills, shut the fuck up, go away.
Yeah,
I didn't
like
feel
put a pill Band-Aid on it.
Yep, she was like, and she was going through all of them with me, and have you tried this, and have you tried, and she did that, have you tried your diet, have you tried this, have you tried, and when I do the sleep thing, have you tried because I told them flat out, I'm not taking sleeping pills. They gave those to me before, and I'd take a pill, and I'd go to bed at like 9 o'clock, and I'd have trouble waking up at like 9 the next morning. I cannot. Nope. I'll do the CPAP machine. I'll do the no caffeine after fucking noon, whatever bullshit. I'll do all of those things. I will not take a sleeping pill. Unless, maybe if I was like 100%, I didn't have to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just have too much stuff to do.
When I was on Lunesta, it was insane.
Mhm.
I was like, I had the hardest time getting up. And when you have, a job, that's hard to do if you can't just sleep in until you're completely rested. Even if I went to bed at 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I still, 7 o'clock the next morning was like.
Dana said she takes over-the-counter melatonin. Here's my problem. It's not falling asleep. It's staying asleep.
Staying asleep. Yep.
And
my grandson actually takes melatonin, and it helps him.
My daughter did. When she was young, we would give her melatonin. That would help when she would have troubles sleeping. And so I would be more inclined to take something like that than I would an actual whatever the VA gives me sleeping pill, because they've tried that and I don't. And I know there's
the
different
melatonin gummies. I got those for my grandson because he was having a hell of a time, not just falling asleep because he can't turn his little kid brain off, his 12-year-old brain off. But he was having the same thing. He just doesn't stay asleep. And we got him the melatonin gummies, and he doesn't take them every night because I am of the medical belief. I mean, I was in the medical field for years and years and years. Your body can build up a resistance to that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Take it for too long, and it's really not going to work anymore after a while.
Right.
So he'll take it once, like every third night, and it helps. And then on the nights when he doesn't take it, because he's gotten such a good night's sleep, the nights he does, the other two, it's not as bad.
Right.
But I've had to do a lot of stuff with him, like no TV, no music, no screen time an hour before bed, because all that stuff gets your brain all blah, blah, blah. I say that while I'm on my phone 5 seconds before I go to bed.
Right. But I mean, it kind of depends on how your brain works too. I actually have got to where, so this gal I see for my sleep, she's I don't know, some medical person. She works at the VA. Nice gal. Love her to death. She's great. She is trying to reprogram my sleep. So she's like, well, don't go to bed till like 2 and get up at like 5:30 and and try to extend it out. And I can't.
Yeah.
I just can't. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I can't. Well,
be glad you're not a lady, because my major problem, besides first it was falling asleep, then it was staying asleep, and then it was getting up every 3 hours to pee.
Yep. I still do that. I still have, I mean.
Well, they fixed that. They just fixed that.
Yeah,
I
you're
got
saying
that
that.
nifty little hammock.
Yep.
The little bladder hammock. It's like,
Maybe I need that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Dana says she can't turn the brain off and doze off. Wake up 5 minutes later. Yep. Oof. Yeah. I'm usually more than 5. I'm usually about a half hour. I can get about a half hour, and then I wake up, and then I'm like up, and sometimes it's like, I don't know, like a PTSD dream. Oftentimes it is. I say probably about 80% of the time that I wake up, I have a bad dream. And so
I had weird anxiety dreams last night about traveling.
Because
I'm getting on a plane tomorrow morning, and it's not that I'm scared of planes. It's not that I think we're gonna go up in a fiery ball.
We do.
I get weird about time frames, and did I forget something? And am I gonna make it on time? Am I gonna miss the flight?
Really cool thing I learned in aircrew school about airplanes and helicopters. Basically anything. We have a perfect record. We haven't left one up there yet.
Oh yeah.
So they'll come down. They'll be fine.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll land somewhere. I'm not worried about that. I just get those anxieties, like
of traveling, not just flying, just traveling in general. Like fuck,
in general. Anytime I know I've got to go on a trip somewhere, the 2 nights before, and I'm an overachiever. Like, I will pack a week out. I will make sure, but I'm still like, I can guarantee you tonight, I will not sleep. I will be a fucking disaster.
You know
all
what?
night.
You know what solved my problem with that? Try this. Sometime.
You tell me don't travel, I will reach through this computer.
No, you know what I did when I went to Hawaii? I packed like a pair of flip-flops and like a swim trunks and like 2 shirts when I went to Hawaii. Everything else I just bought there. Shampoo, conditioner, toothbrush, toothpaste, all this shit.
I'm going to people's houses.
But you know what? There's a fucking
of that stuff I has to take with me.
I know.
I don't need any.
Right. But I'm just saying, like,
but my brain can't figure that.
If you travel like that a few times, where you're just like, fuck it, I'm taking nothing. I'm taking my favorite skivvies, and I'm taking my chicken, and I'm taking this T-shirt that I made for this trip.
I do have the chicken,
and that's all you take, dude. And then you get there, and you just get that mindset, like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get what I need here. I can get toothbrush, toothpaste, fucking socks, all of it.
Of my anxiety is for this trip.
Yeah.
I'm taking that foster dog.
Ooh.
And he's going on the plane with me in his little doggy carrier. And it has me just so anxiety ridden.
I can see that.
I'm just like, what if he poops while we're on the plane? What if he, and I have little puppy diapers and I have puppy pads, and his little thing is all.
I poop on the plane too.
My brain is not normal.
I get it. Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
I would do that before deployments. I would do that before field problems. I'm bonkers, y'all. Just bonkers, straight up bonkers.
And I do understand all that. I'm not trying to be a dick when I say, like.
Oh no, I believe you with the part. I really do need to minimize when I travel and just remind myself, dude, there's going to be a Walgreens or a CVS or a freaking Walmart no matter where I go.
Right.
That kind of stuff I've got to learn to let go of. I'm a bit of a control freak. Possibly. Ask my children, they'll tell you. But I think the major anxieties I'm getting this time are because the animal's traveling with me.
I can get that.
I'm just so nervous about it. And I don't know why. Because the animals are on planes all the time, and he's a great dog, and he's super chill, and I know it won't be down deep. I know it won't be an issue, but I'm just very whatever could go wrong will go wrong kind of person when it comes to that. And it's making me bonkers. Well, tomorrow I'm sure it'll all be fine, and then I'll be like, "Oh, I worried for nothing." But no,
and that's totally, dude. I get it. And it's so hard to. I was that way for a while, and like I said, I went to Hawaii, and I just fucking didn't take nothing. I wanted that trip to be like a reset for me in so many ways.
Yeah.
I just started a new job and I had a lot going on in my life, and I was like, nope, this is just a reset. And I went to Hawaii with like nothing. I went for, it was like
Maybe that's what I need to do. I just need to take a trip
5
like
days,
that.
6 nights. And I was just like, I'm not taking nothing. Like I said, I took swim trunks and an extra pair of flip flops and like a couple t-shirts that I took like a fucking backpack with like nothing in it. And I got, when I got to check in,
I just need to plan a trip somewhere where I'm just going for the fuck of it and just take the bare minimum and just freaking fly by the seat of my pants.
And go somewhere that like nobody, I mean, I know you like traveling with like your buddies stuff. Like this is what I did. I had to go.
I travel by myself most of the time.
Okay. I had to go by myself, and I knew if I went somewhere chill, like when you go to Hawaii, nobody gives a fuck, dude. You know what I mean? Nobody gives a fuck. There's no judgment there. You see people in all different walks of life and all different backgrounds and everything. Hawaii is just so fucking chill. Nobody gives a shit. Like, you know, like I stayed in
Hawaii right now.
Yep. It's great. And you just
that's
go,
what I need to do.
Yeah, just fucking, and that was so relieving to me. And that was right after I was coming off. It was like just shortly after I got retired. And so I had to travel every fucking quarter down to fucking Carson and do all this stuff and blah, 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 blah. And I was flying here, I was flying there, and I was getting all my comp and pen stuff done. And I was flying over, and I was just so stressed. You're so stressed. When you go to comp and pen physicals, you're stressed anyway, right? And when you're going through that retirement process, you're so stressed. And I was just like, I cannot live like this anymore. And I went, maybe I need to do that again. That's what I need. Just go to fucking somewhere like Hawaii or Florida, wherever you find some comfort and some solace, just to like clear your fucking shit and just go. And fucking might be Alaska.
Dana, if you're still online and listening, that's what we need to do. We need to just book that trip to Greece, and we just need to just turn everything off and just fucking go.
There you go.
Because Dana was going to be my travel buddy, and we were going to go to Greece. So maybe that's what we'll do.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Just go get the fuck.
And I freaking love it. It's gorgeous over there.
Yep. And it's pretty reasonable. Greece is, right? For Europe?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And my aunt lives there, and so it's not like I'm going to have to pay for somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
We're just going to the island and then just staying with her, and we can just live on the beaches and just be chill the whole time.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I need. Maybe I just have got myself all up.
Dana said she's down. Let's do it.
Yeah. See, we've been talking about it. We've been talking about it. Maybe that's just
and like I said, don't pack shit. Just be like, I mean, if you have stuff that you need, like maybe like take your chicken or take some shit. Like I said, I took like a small backpack.
The chicken goes everywhere.
Fucking enough room for like your chicken and like your passport or something. You know what I mean? Like
chicken, passport, change of clothes, and swimsuit. There we go.
That's it. Bye. See ya.
Like you said, everything else can be bought.
Yep.
Faux show.
Absolutely. Yeah, maybe take your debit card and your ID and stuff too.
Well, yeah. I mean that's important.
But I mean, like, really, dude, that was so freeing, and that has helped in my traveling, especially with the kids. I used to get so fucking worked up about traveling with the kids, about making sure they had all of their shit and and now with soccer, I'm kind of getting bad about it again with soccer. But like, do you have all your? Because there's been like twice, the 2 times where I didn't like. You got your soccer bag and got all your shit in it. Yep, cool. Throw it in the fucking car. Let's go. And then we get there, I don't have my cleats, or I only have one cleat, or I don't have my goalie gloves. And I'm fucking running to the sporting goods store to buy another pair of fucking cleats or goalie gloves or something. Yep.
That's reason number 3047 why I'm glad my children are now adults.
And I never understood. I remember sitting there when we were doing like loadouts and shit, and you got NCOs walking around and be like, well, you got your fucking socks? Fuck bear. You have to do that every fucking time. Because people are fucking retarded, dude. Socks. People forget their shit. And then you got fucking private idiot dumb face out in the field for 2 weeks with no fucking socks because you as an NCO didn't check his shit. You know?
Because they weren't smart enough to do it on their own.
Yep, they weren't smart enough to just fucking throw socks in there. So you have to fucking make them dump their shit out and yell at them and call them names. Because they never forget. They never forget like their fucking smokes or their chew.
No.
They always got that shit.
Everybody got their pokey bait too.
Yep. Fuck yeah.
They got a whole case of bullshit to eat.
Yep.
They don't have no damn socks.
Go to Sam's Club, get a whole fucking box of Snickers, but you know what? They didn't bring a fucking sleeping bag. No, I don't know. I need a sleeping bag, sir. Fuck.
Oh Lord.
I don't miss
Children and
privates.
privates, they have a lot in common.
Yep, they sure do.
Except
They
mine are
sure
smart
do.
enough not to cross the DMZ.
Yeah, right. Well, then hold on though, too. Dude, it went like 3 months of fucking confinement.
Breaking the law.
He
He's
did.
an idiot.
Well, dude was in
Did
so
he really-
much. Wasn't it like 47 days of confinement or some shit? And then he was on like
I mean, did he really
restriction
seriously
and
think
shit.
life was going to be better in North Korea than just getting on that plane and facing whatever the hell he was about to face?
I don't know, man.
I do not.
You know what? If you put me in the brig for fucking 47 days, I might think, hey, fucking North Korea might just give me something, man.
And it's not like he has anything to give the North Koreans.
Yeah, fucking
PV2.
PV. Well, who knows? Wait, hold on, because we don't know what he was before he got busted at PV2. Because the one thing I do know about the military, if he was in confinement for 40-something days, he was not a PV2 when that started. So,
so he might have some WikiLeaks
he might have
stuff,
some. He might have some WikiLeaks, and I don't know. I didn't. Did we hear what his MOS was? Maybe he was something like PSYOPs or some shit.
I don't know. I didn't notice any of that in the reporting that I saw.
Well, that's what I mean. What was in there because they didn't tell us.
Yeah, and they only posted like that he had like the GWAT and like National Defense Service ribbon and one other thing, and they were like, "Oh, well, he's not going to be any good to them." Blah, blah, blah.
Steven just won the fucking Army Internet of the day. He said North Korea sent him back because his med pros weren't updated.
He was in the red. They're like, "You got to go back,
bro. You got to go to dental, son.
Yeah, you got to get your dental because that's important." Do you have a will? Do you have all that? Because I have a feeling you don't. So we're just gonna have to send you back until you get all this shit fixed. And then you can defect. But no defecting until your med pros is all green.
on med pros. Oh fuck yeah!
That's great. Well, we're done, dude. You won.
That's it. I'm done. Come get with me after the show. I'm gonna where I can send my computer to you, and you can just do this from now on. You're better than me.
Right there, you go. Steven is number one.
But there is something to be said for that, though. Like, I mean, sometimes with those stories, you have to see. There's more what they didn't say than what they did.
Yeah, because they're not going to release all the information.
Fuck no, and they're usually not going to release the good stuff.
Oh, of course not.
And see, we're going to put our tinfoil hats on. Where's Jay Ready at? He's in fucking tinfoil.
I know. Where is Jay Ready? Because he'll tinfoil the shit out of that thing.
But I didn't know. I'm just curious. I would at least want to know like what the kid's MOS was and like,
how high his rank was before he got busted.
What he was before he got busted. Yeah. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. I mean, who the fuck knows? He must. Probably see his Korea, so probably DUI.
He can't be too stupid. Well, no, they said it was assault. They did say that.
Okay.
Those charges were assault. So I'm just wondering, what all was involved.
That's a pretty broad term.
Yeah, assault what? Assault who? Assault how?
Yeah.
What in depth? Come on. But the fact that he was taken to the airport and then just left there and not visually watched get onto an airplane. Somebody's going to be in trouble.
Ogaba, is that how you say that? Thought he was a Cav Scout. Probably. I mean, that's possible.
Yeah, well,
I mean, anything's possible. He could have been a 13 Mike. There's a lot of MLRS guys over there. He could have been fucking infantry. He could have been 42 Alpha.
He could have been Seaburn. He could have been almost anything. I can hear the safety briefing now. If you're going to defect, make sure to bring your battle buddy with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's going to be in every freaking one from here till eternity.
Yep.
And no defecting.
Yep.
So many first sergeants are just going to live off of that shit for the rest of their fucking careers.
Yep. Which is understandable.
Well, because you never have a warning label until somebody does something stupid. Like it never said on a hairdryer, don't use it in the bathtub till some idiot used it in the bathtub.
Okay, for the first one, yes. But I'm telling you right now, I've had enough shit bags. I've been around enough shit bags. You can tell when the dude gets there I say
them.
dude, like it's not just all dudes. You can tell when that private or specialist shows up, they might be a shitbag. Sometimes they surprise you. Sometimes they surprise you both ways.
Yeah,
but I bet
I've done lots that have been great.
I bet 9 out of 10
careers, and then all of a sudden went bonkers.
Yep, Heath did. Probably have his PT belt on. That's right.
Oh, PT belt. Maybe they sent him back for that.
Yeah.
They're like, your med pros isn't up. You're not wearing a PT belt.
I heard a interesting article. I think it was from the on YouTube from Ryan Macbeth. Do you ever follow that dude?
I don't know. I don't remember names. I just remember stuff.
He's kind of he usually smokes cigars, a glass of whiskey. He's like an old infantry guy, instructor or some kind. Retired.
Probably not. Probably not.
Pretty smart guy. I like listening to him. I don't agree with him on everything, but that's just me. I don't agree with anybody on everything. But he was talking about retention.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the stuff they could do like today, right now, to make it
retention up.
Yep. Some of it's a little harder than others. Okay, and I get it. One of them was beards.
Yeah.
Right. Just hey, unless the commander dictates we're in a chemical environment, you need a shave. Let everyone have beards. Neatly trimmed fucking beards. Done. That's one thing you could change today that would increase morale and increase retention. Okay. Yeah. One of them was pay, which I understand. I think the military pay has always sucked.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
And you can tell a 19-year-old all day long, you get free insurance, you get free housing, you get free whatever, Not enough for a 19, 20-year-old to want to stay in. 21, 22-year-old, whatever. That's a stretch for them. So it is hard, give them more money. And make chow hall food better. Make DFAC food not fucking gross as shit.
Yeah.
And have 24-hour gyms on base, at least one. And the last one was bring back like specialist ranks, the spec 5, 6, 7, 8. Because not everyone's a leader. We were talking, and we talked about that kind of in the past. And you have guys or gals. You have troops that are very proficient in their MOS.
Yeah.
Shit leaders.
Yeah. So give them rank with more money, but not with the leadership.
And with a little bit more. Oh, and this would be more for like those like mechanics, right? Or those technical MOSs.
Or more specialty technical.
MOSs, yeah. Or like a tech sergeant, like they used to have in the Second World War, right? If you want to keep the NCO ranks, have a tech sergeant, a tech staff sergeant, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But you give them a chance to, and then those are your instructors, right? Those are when you go to the maintenance bay, and you see that spec 6 in there, spec 7, he's the motor sergeant. He's the guy that's going around. He's your head mechanic. He's your guy that is teaching other mechanics what to do, but not in an NCO way. He's not sergeanting them. He's teaching them.
Just training and teaching.
He's training them. Hey, this is how you change it.
That would be great in the medical field as well.
Yep, medical field.
Because I knew loads of medics who could do anything medical, but they couldn't lead soldiers out of a wet paper bag with a fucking sharp knife.
Yep.
So,
Steven said he was a spec 5 until they got rid of him in 85. Yeah. Why did they get rid of him? What was their reasoning behind getting rid of him? Do you recall? Like was it just
I don't remember.
Sergeant Major of the Army said this is dumb?
I'm sure if my grandfather was still alive, he could tell us, but I don't remember.
I feel like it was probably a Sergeant Major of the Army wanted to change things, and that's just changed it.
He was like, "This is ridiculous. People getting all this money and they're not leading.
Yep.
They're not leading troops. So we don't need it if they're not leading troops.
They can't run fast and shoot good. Why do we pay them more money?" Yep.
Right. If you can't run fast enough, we can't have that.
Well, because that was always the thing.
I bet that dude that went to the DMZ ran fast.
I mean, he got to the DMZ.
Yeah.
He got all the way through, right?
Yeah, until they got him.
I wonder how.
Well, they said it's just a bunch of like office buildings and stuff in that general area. I don't know. I've never been there.
I've never been to Korea. I have.
Maybe Spanky knows. Spanky
I have, but I wasn't stationed there. I went there on operation, and I was there for like fucking a week or two.
Yeah, no, I've never been.
Cold as
I tried to
fuck. Go. It was cold as fuck, dude. I never go back to Korea. It was cool as shit. Yeah, Yeah, I know. Everyone. Yeah, you get a lot of shit leaders. That's right. I don't know. Again, and it's not their fault. They're shit leaders. They don't want to be leaders. Right?
Some people just don't have the skill set for that. I mean, it is what it is.
I have a really good friend of mine. He's a fucking hell of a mechanic. Right? He doesn't really want to be. He gets picked up master sergeant. He doesn't really want to be. That's why he's like, they're like, well, you be first sergeant. Why? I don't want to be fucking first sergeant. I don't want to fucking lead troops. I don't want to be a fucking captain's bitch. Yeah. You know, he's like, I'm probably gonna go warrant officer because that's where I could go. And he's a whatever. It's not 62 Bravo anymore. It's 91 Bravo. Whatever wheel vehicle mechanics are now.
I keep moving everything around. It's been so long. I have no idea.
But I'm just like, and I get it. And he's a great guy. Love him to death. Super smart, brilliant guy. Yeah. Knows. He's forgotten more about diesel mechanics than I'll ever know.
Yeah.
You know. It's whatever.
But, you know, if that's not your gig, I mean, I don't think you should be punished for it.
Yeah. Well, and I think,
like you said, good for retention.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, might even be good for people coming in if they realize that, hey, they don't have that mindset and that's just not something that they think that will ever really work for them. Maybe people would be more willing to come in knowing that, you know, maybe that is off the table.
Yeah. I wonder though too when I look at guys and gals. I keep saying guys. When I say guys, I mean everybody. The dudes.
Yeah. We know that.
Yeah,
that's
I'm just making it. I'm just yeah. But you look at troops who E4 ready to pick up E5. Right? There's specialist promotable, right? Mm-hmm. Some don't want that. And some of them fuck it up. Some of them fuck it up, I think, on purpose.
Oh, they might.
And I wonder if
on purpose.
Yup. There's dudes who I've thought would be excellent leaders that didn't want to be leaders for whatever reason. And purposely or not, choked on a board.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't make it.
And think about it. If that's not something you want, if that's not a step you're comfortable in taking, but they're forcing you to go to the board, they're like, you're at this point in your career, you have no other choice. It's either this or getting out.
Yeah, this or we're gonna kick you out.
The military, and you
fucking
want to
hate
stay
that
in,
too. I hate that too. That higher tenure bullshit.
Go in front of a board and be nervous and not do well. And a lot of people just don't.
Well, they don't.
It's not intentional. They're just not good at that.
Oh, sorry, he doesn't know the NCO creed. Does that make him a bad mechanic? You know, like.
Exactly.
Sorry, he's not.
I hope not.
Yeah, right. But I mean, you look.
Last time I checked, memorizing a creed of any kind doesn't make someone bad at their
right.
job.
But the problem with the Army promotion system, and as far as I know, it's always been that way, and probably will always be that way. It's hard to have a measurable metric.
Yeah.
To say you're a better NCO than I am.
Yeah.
That's why things like the APFT and the rifle range and all that stuff really come down to, I mean, we joke, well, he runs good, so he gets promoted. Kind of. Yeah. Because there's no other way, you know, you have your rifle score, you have your PT score, you have whatever else. There's really no other way for me to take between, you know, Sergeant TZ and Sergeant Radar, who's picking up Staff Sergeant.
Yeah.
Because
they gotta have something.
Because your staff NCO, your particular senior raider may not really care for you, but that doesn't make you a bad NCO. Right? Or I might be a shit NCO, but I suck up to fucking Captain so-and-so. So they do that. Yeah, like Dick said, at least the Navy does ratings tests. So you have to, and you get placed.
When I went Army, my brother was Navy. Mm-hmm. And when I went Army, and I told him, you know, about when I was going from E4 to E5, what we had to do. And he goes, that's fucking ridiculous. That has nothing to do with your job. They don't test you on your job.
Yep.
And I'm like, no, they don't test me on my job. Nobody asked me shit ass questions about my job. They just asked me about general military. Yep. And he's like, no, that's wrong.
Yep. Steven has a good idea. 2-year contracts. It bumped the numbers up considerably between the Carter area and the Reagan area. I believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a dog and pony show. Absolutely it is. Depending, depending on your unit. Depending on your unit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And depending on your MOS too. Because if you go into mechanics, if you go into your maintenance shop, whether it be whether they're tankers or whether they're fucking track guys, whether they're Cav guys, whatever, the guys that work on Strikers and the guys that work on Abrams, either one, don't really give a shit. They like what they fucking do. They like getting greasy. They like having dirty fucking coveralls. They don't give a shit. If they gave a shit about things like their back and their health and safety, they wouldn't have a job like that. But they like it, so they do it.
Yeah, true story.
And Dick said he picked up E5 and didn't rate a service stripe yet. In the Army or the Marine Corps, you get service stripes every 4 years. But I'll stand up for Dick. Dick was an all right Marine. Dick was an all right Marine. I'll stand up for him. I mean, he wouldn't have been.
Like Dick.
I love Dick.
Yeah,
but I
heard that about you.
also wouldn't have put him on a Marine to the quarter board. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yep. He said his 82nd. That's all you got. You were in the 82nd, so it's a dog and pony show. Absolutely. I've been there, dude. I know. The 82nd is a dog and pony show, and they want you to look good on a fucking parade field. I just didn't get caught doing stupid stuff. No, you did it at the house. It's fine. I mean, it's just it's just shit, dude. And Bragg is, well, what is it? It's not Bragg. It's Liberty now.
Liberty.
But Bragg is bad. Bragg's always been bad about fucking having that statue. Yeah. You have to, they've always liked that. And there's certain units that have always done that. And it sucks. I get it. It's tough, dude. It's tough, man. Yeah. And you go places like that don't have that. You have units that don't have that. You have units that just fucking leave you alone. Let's do your job.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get people in that suck, and sometimes you have good leaders, and sometimes you don't. Either way, it's whatever. It's all good. The Army's what you make of it, I think.
That I believe too.
Oh, the discontinued late 90s Army skills qualification test. You had a written and hands-on portion and effective promotions. That's cool. In the late 90s. Huh, Steven, I didn't know that. Any service is what you make of it. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that. 100%. Your time in the military, partially, I will say partially, is what you make of it. It's also partially where you get stationed and what you get stuck doing.
Because it's also partially who you get stuck doing it for.
Yep, exactly. And it's all a fucking, it's all a crapshoot.
To the beginning of shit leaders.
Yep.
Because if shit leaders get promoted, then they produce sometimes shit soldiers.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know, man. Because there are some.
Steven says he's old as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh lordy, that's okay. I'm old too. I just joined late.
I don't know. Like I said, I enjoy my time in the Marine Corps. I enjoy my time in the Army both. I had a good time with it, and a lot of it, like stationed with Dick in Texas, in Fort Worth, Texas. I think Fort Worth kind of sucked. It was hot as fuck, hot as balls. Because it was so fucking muggy here now,
too. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. But I really do think, that living with Dick and Junior there, and that was kind of like my twilight time in the Marine Corps. I really enjoyed it because of who I was with. Right? Yeah. I don't think I was in the best unit. I wasn't the best unit in the Marine Corps. I was not with the most highly trained NCO Corps part of the Marine Corps. Some of those guys were fucking idiots. I still had fun. Yeah. I had fun with my buddies. I had fun doing what I did with my friends. And like it was a good experience for me. I made it the best experience I could possible.
Yeah.
Right.
That's, I think, what happened to my son. Mm-hmm. My son joined at 17. He did split ops. He went reserves.
Yep.
And he got the worst reserve unit ever. Like, I took him to his very first drill. Mm-hmm. And his pack NCO came out to the parking lot to greet him. And I saw her, and I even was like, oh no, this is bad. This is really bad. And it left a horrible taste for him. He loved basic, loved AIT, but that unit just spoiled it for him. So he did what he did, and he got the fuck out. He was like, nope, not doing it.
Dick and I have the experience. He said reserve units suck to begin with, top heavy with people ready to get out on the active duty side. Absolutely. Him and I
wish he had gone active.
When we were in Fort Worth, that's a joint reserve base, right? He was at VMFA 112, which was it's an F-18 Hornet Squadron. And I was at MALS, Marine Aircraft Logistics Squadron, like the support squadron.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a reserve unit. So we neither I was active duty. I don't know if Dick was an AR, because you have active reservists and you have active duty stationed at these bases. I don't know. I think Dick was active duty too. I don't think he was AR. But anyway, yeah, Dick was active duty. That's what I thought. And so, but like even me as a corporal, like in the Marine Corps, as a corporal in the Marine Corps, generally you're like a squad leader. Yeah. So if I was in a different shop as a corporal, I would have had 13 people and I would have been in charge of, right?
But
not there. I was still fucking mopping floors and fucking polishing with a buffer, you know? Yeah. According to the bars, my last name was Ford, though. That's right, because you weren't 21 yet. But yeah, like Dick said, he was E5 washing planes. You don't do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's not a thing in the regular Marine Corps. As a sergeant in the Marine Corps, you're like, you're telling people what to do, buddy. You're teaching your soldiers what to do. You're teaching your Marines what to do. Same within the Army. With you pick up E6, you're teaching your soldiers what to do. Yeah. Not there, because the reservists, when the reservists come in, they have one weekend to get green on med pros, and they have one weekend to do their sexual harassment training and do their PSYOP or all that stupid training they have to do. They have to do that on the fucking weekends, and a PT test. Yeah. And because that's the only time you get to see them, and half them fucks are overweight, so they can't pass the height and weight. So you got to PT them. You know what I mean? And that takes half the fucking day with reservists, because they got to go back and shower, and then they got to eat breakfast late. Yeah.
So reserve time can suck.
And that was the only time. You had like Lance Corporals around. Privates, Lance Corporals. Unless you got like some new
time
kid.
Check. We got a time check.
Yeah.
We're sitting at, it's about time to take break.
We should be. Yeah. So if he's, where are we at here? Yeah. If you're listening, Mark, go ahead and call in. I don't know if he's still listening or not. At Bragg, they push for everyone to be a jump master. Absolutely. Oh, yep, there he is. So, all right, we are going to cut to break so I can get him up on the screen with us and stuff. And why didn't I do this earlier? I'm so bad at this job. I'm surprised I still have it.
Hey, at least you have internet. Remember, I had to relocate from home to my office today just because of no internet.
Yep. So I'm going to cut to break. I'm going to play a song by Mark. It's called I Ain't a Rich Man. This is a new release that will be played over
my favorite song.
Over our break. And we'll be back in about 4 minutes. So everybody,
and don't forget to mute. Dick says don't forget to mute.
I won't. I'll mute us. So we'll talk to you soon. Shots.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
I come from a lifetime of hard labor and dirty hands. Holes in the soles of both of my boots and grease stains on my pants. I never laid eyes on a silver spoon, Lord, I never had a glance. It ain't a high-class living, got my weed and ribbon, so I really don't give a damn. But when it comes to the hard times, yeah, buddy, I've seen them all. Well, I've spent my nights in some busted dives, drank a river of alcohol. And I've broken my back harvest time, working 90-hour weeks. Well, I ain't a rich man, They say that money won't make you happy. Let me give it a try. 'Cause I've been working like a dog in the summer heat, going broke on overtime. Oh, I sing my song for the working folk. Go on and raise your beer with me. Sing, I ain't a rich man. I ain't no rich man, but damn, I wanna be. But when I finally break these shackles and I ain't counting out these dimes, when I can play my songs all night long and leave this job behind, you can bet you can find me grinning on the day I'm finally free, singing I ain't a rich man, I ain't no rich man, but damn I wanna be. Singing I ain't no rich man, I ain't no rich man, but damn I wanna be.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
All right, everybody, we're back. As I'm messing up button pushing and we're still talking through the break. Fuck it. So we'll get right into it. Marc Ridge, thanks for joining us, man. Thanks for being here.
Hey, happy to be here. This is really cool. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. And so we talked about it at the beginning. I don't know if you were listening or not, but you are a veteran.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about your veteran experience, or?
Sure. Yeah. So when let's go ahead and let's take it back a little bit. I moved out on my own. I was 16.
Okay.
And you know, I was a bum. You know, I didn't really do anything productive. Kind of sold bags of weed and lived on couches and did that whole thing. And I met my wife, and she took me in like a stray. But then after a while, she gave me an ultimatum. She's like, "Look, dude, you got to get your shit together and do something, or I'm out of here." So I joined the Army, and that was in 2008. I signed up to be in field artillery. I was a 13 Delta, which I understand is, you know, a little controversial and some of the gunline folks, but I was an honorary gunline member. So I was a cool one. Whatever the hell that's worth. But yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Where'd you get stationed at? Where were you at?
I was in Bamberg, Germany, in the 173rd Airborne.
Okay. All right.
I was there for pretty much the whole time.
Okay, cool. My son is at Grafenvor.
Oh, right on. Yeah, man. I spent many cold nights in Graf for sure. So at the time, how we did our field rotations is we lived in Bamberg, and Graf was, I don't know, like an hour and a half drive. So we'd go out there for the whole month, and we'd just set up and just rough it. And it was, yeah, I look back on it fondly now, but in the moment it sucked for sure.
Right. Carl Whalen says, "I wish I would have been stationed in Germany. He got stuck at Riley."
Oh, yeah, Germany was sweet, man. It was really cool.
Yeah.
It was.
I was
really
in
awesome.
Germany. I was in Wiesbaden, and I was in Heidelberg.
And Josh wants to
Cool.
know if you ever did a primer shot.
Fuck, I don't know. I don't even remember, man. It's been so fucking long. It's been like a decade now. A lot of those details are fuzzy.
Right. Especially being in Germany. Sounds like that's a fuzzy place to be. So.
It is indeed.
Yep. It's very fuzzy.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. Well,
Yeah.
so what got you into music? What got you into playing music?
Man, so I come from a musical family. I got grandpas on both sides that both play guitar and sing, and so I was kind of always around it, and I picked up my first guitar when I was like 11 or 12, and I started writing songs, and from there I went to open mics. And I started going to open mics every week at this local coffee shop and just play music. And I would meet other musicians, and it was awesome. From there, I started playing bars when I was 15, which was pretty cool. That was a really neat experience to just be a young man out there, playing in a bar and a real gig. You're getting paid, and people are getting rowdy and stuff. It was cool.
Oh, that's cool.
It's been a lifetime. I mean, I've always kind of been doing it,
Right.
I've always been around it, but yeah, really just I've drawn inspiration from so many different experiences in life, from the army to living on my own when I was a young man, and I don't know, it's always kind of been a part of who I am as a person.
Right. I think I hear that a lot from people. My father-in-law's a musician. Same deal.
Cool.
And he I don't know, grew up, had kids, had to like become an electrician, because apparently playing gigs doesn't have like the best health insurance or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, that's for sure.
So, and he still plays, actually. He's like fucking 73. He still plays. All my kids play. I can't.
Awesome.
Dude, I can't even like play a fucking tambourine in the back for him, but whatever.
Hey, that's all right, man. All you got to do is listen.
Yeah.
It's not everybody plays, but everybody likes to listen.
Yeah, dude, I'm down. And like I said, like all the music I play is people. You know what I mean? Because we don't have royalty rights or anything, so we can't play.
Right,
we have
right.
royalty free anyway. But it's all buddies of mine. Almost everybody, either buddies of mine or people we've had on the show.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about too. Like, I don't know. Everybody can go listen to, I don't know, insert big name artist here. You can go listen to them anywhere. But to be able to have independent artists that are just trying to get, be heard and get their music out there, to be able to be spread on a platform like this is really, really fucking cool.
Yeah, and I love it. And if it's all right with you, I'm gonna keep at least one of your songs in my rotation.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be cool. I got a brand new single getting ready to come out August 1st.
And which one is that one?
Oh, awesome.
It's called Still Truckin'.
Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So for that song, I was just I hit record on my software here, and I just had everything set up, and I jammed for about an hour and a half, and then from there I just kind of picked out one take that I thought sounded good, and I liked it so much that I figured I'd throw it up as a single.
Nice.
Yep.
Now
Very cool.
So
Very
I played Airborne Man, the one you sent me earlier. And you're like, fucking remix. Was it because I fucked up, or was it an actual remix that you sent me?
No. Well, at the beginning it was like double timed. It was sped up a little bit, and then it evened back out to the actual time that it was recorded in.
Oh, it must have been my download. Because I didn't even prep it. I just downloaded it, threw it right on Winamp. Because like you sent it to me like right as my show was starting. I was like, I wanted to do that. I wanted to get that out for you.
I was like, shit. I was hoping that I could find both the files, because I put Airborne Man and it's in some folder on my desktop, and I'm like, shit, where did I put that thing?
Right.
So I had to go through and look.
Well, and I
my files.
Like I told you in my email, I've been listening to your shit. I added you to my Spotify, so you've been playing to my
thank
Spotify.
you.
And
Awesome.
dude, I love it. I love
Thanks.
it. And And so it's been really cool. Like, you know, I put my shit on random and I just put it in my fucking car and go. You know what I mean? So it might be Tupac, then it's you, and then it's like Robert Earl Keen, and then it's you know. So I mean, so it's all over the place. But
I hear that.
But I really wanted that song. You know, I liked it, and so I wanted to play it. And then, you know, Ain't a Rich Man's a good song too. I like that a lot.
Hey, thanks, man.
So I wanted to play those, and I want people to. So I want to give you that platform. Because
I appreciate that.
You know, and I like people that write their own song. Like I don't know if you were listening earlier, but like someone like Faith Hill is just a fucking, you know, God, I hate saying it, but they're like karaoke singers. You know what I mean?
Right.
They make money. I like money, but that's what kind of talent's really in there, you know?
There is a real industry behind music that is that people don't see. You know, I don't know. I hate to. I don't want to talk shit about anything because really, at the end of the day, music is music, and if people enjoy it and it makes money, then I mean, who's to say that it's, you know, good or bad or whatever? If people like it, then that's fine. It doesn't matter how it was created, but there's definitely like a machine behind a lot of those artists on that higher tier of the music industry. Where I mean, the songs aren't personal. They didn't write them from a place that, you know, reflects their real experiences in life.
Right.
You know, they just sat around with, you know, several brilliant songwriters in their own right, and then just kind of composed a product to sell. Right. You know what I mean? So I don't know. There's two different sides of music. There's the side that is creating a product that is music, and then there's a side of music that is just pure and kind of from the heart and raw, and that's what I try to do. Do
you write most of your own music? I'm sure, like when you play bars, you have to do some covers. It's kind of what bars are, right? Do you sell any of your songs? Do you write songs for anyone else, or has anyone approached you and be like, hey, can we record this?
No, I've never sold any songs. I think a lot of my songs are really, you know, kind of personal to my life. Right. And it would be hard for anybody else to pull that off, you know, singing them and playing them. I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to just writing a song for somebody, though. Right. I could do that. But really, I write shit about my life and my experiences and things that I've gone through. Right. And just try to draw from that, you know.
How many songs do you think you've written to this point?
Oh man, like a lifetime, I'd probably, I don't know, maybe upwards of definitely hundreds. Wow, for sure. Yeah. Wow. I mean, considering, you know, being a kid and then writing all those songs and coming all the way up till now, yeah, hundreds of songs for sure.
So do you sit around and be like, man, I need to put out an album, I need to write 12 songs in the next 30 days? Or do you just sitting around and you're just like fucking drinking a beer and smoking a cigarette? You're like, fuck it. You know what? Hey, this song, I got this song in my head. I'm going to, like you said, I'm going to sit down and record it right now. I'm going to play some takes.
It's always spontaneous, man. I can't seem to just recreate it. It just comes to me whenever it comes to me. Like, you know, sometimes I might be driving my truck and like what song was I doing the other day? Do It All For You. You can listen to that tune on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. It's a video that I did about a few weeks back. But that song, that came to me as I was driving over this railroad track in Linden, Indiana. Just like the first line kind of hit me, and then I was like, oh, that's cool. There's something there. And then from there, I just finished it, and it turned into the song that it is. They always come spontaneously like that, though. I can't recreate.
You kind of forget it later. You're just like, fuck, I had this good song in my head. So you gotta like put it. Do you put pen to paper, or do you like record it on your computer, and then like figure it out? Like what's your process, I guess, for that?
A lot of times it'll just be, honestly, like I get a lot of inspiration for songs while I'm driving. So I'll just whip out the notes on my iPhone and kind of get an idea. And then really that's kind of where it lives. I have a folder in my phone where all of my, you know, inspirational things sit. So I might have just a line that I wrote, randomly, and it's kind of in that space for me to go back and like, oh, that was a cool line. Maybe I can expand on that. But yeah, I just kind of keep all those songs and ideas in my phone, and really, yeah, I'd like to write them down, just because of the whole, I don't know, it feels like a part of the, I don't know, the theater of writing songs or something.
Right.
You're supposed to write them on paper, but
right.
No.
Yeah, you
not
always see like in the movies or some shit. They've got like the fucking some piece of paper with scribbles all over it and lines through different verses and shit. And yeah.
Yeah, the romanticized like version of songwriting.
Right.
But no, I mean, it's just a lot of times in the notes in my phone.
Fuck it, whatever works though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's kind of the moral of the story. Like whatever works for it, because I bet if you got 500 songwriters together, they're all gonna have a different process.
Oh, for sure.
At least all the ones I talk to, you know what I mean. Some sit down and like have to, like my friend Bubba. We play Starts and Ends, one of the bands that we play, and I was talking to him about it one night, and we were kind of drunk, hanging out at a campfire or whatever. And I was like, "How do you do that? How do you come up with songs?" He's like, "I have to sit down and make myself write a song."
Yeah. Yeah.
So
some people, I don't know. I can do that. I can do that when I don't know, when the mood strikes. If pressure is on, okay. Ain't a Rich Man, perfect example of this actually. So Ain't a Rich Man, I posted that reel, and I just kind of posted it from my friends and stuff, whatever. For maybe some people would see it, and then all of a sudden it went viral, and the song wasn't finished. So I was like, oh shit. Now what do? I better finish this song quick.
Right.
Because I have all these people like, where's this song at? Where's this song? Where can I listen to it? I'm like, fuck, it's not even done yet. So yeah, crunch time came down on me, and I sat down and I wrote the rest of that tune just in one sitting. So sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes I sit down and force myself, and I'm like, hey, dude, you got to do this now because it needs to be done.
Right. And
then somewhere out of the ether, the inspiration kind of comes in, and I know what to say.
Right. It just floods over you kind of, and you're good to go. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times too, like when I'm writing, I'll just mumble, like I'll be playing some sort of guitar part and just kind of like, speak gibberish until eventually that gibberish turns into, words.
My teenagers do that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's kind of the way to do it. I don't know. I love doing it that way. It's fun.
That's cool.
So in our comments, we've got somebody asking, Joshua wants to know if you've got any upcoming tour dates and any places that you're going to be playing.
Oh man, so I have to pull up my calendar, but I do have some dates coming up. A lot of Midwestern dates. I got a lot of dates in Indiana, Ohio. Let's see, August 12th, I'll be in Wabash, Indiana at Dye's Bar and Grill. And let's see, where else? My goodness. August 26th, Rochester, Indiana, Tippecanoe Brew. And then September 2nd, I'm going to be in Dayton, Ohio. And then I was actually talking with Amy, connected with you guys. She hooked me up with, hooked me up with another place in Ohio that I'm going to be playing as well. But I'm really trying to plan something this fall to head down south, towards the end of October and then going all the way into November, where I'm going to start in Indiana and just go down 65, hit up a few places in Kentucky and Tennessee and Alabama, and work my way down to Florida and then come back home.
We got to get you out to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
I live in New Braunfels. I don't know if you know where New Braunfels is.
I do not.
But it's sandwiched right between San Antonio and Austin.
Okay.
And we have a buttload of Texas country singers in this area.
That's
in
awesome.
New Braunfels.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Wade Bowen lives here. Randy Rogers lives here in my hometown.
Cool.
Cody Canada lives here in my hometown. Check out Green Hall. It's one of the oldest dance hall in Texas. Has a lot
Oh,
of
cool.
live music. A lot of people got their start there.
Yep.
And I've got some buddies who own some bars here locally.
Oh,
We got to get
yeah.
you down here to Texas
Absolutely.
and get you on a couple stages for some people that I know. I'll have to get with you
Yes.
offline.
Yeah,
For
please
sure.
do. I've had several people, quite a few people, reach out from Texas. There's a lot of Texans down there that want to hear me play.
Right.
So I'd
I'm
love to
telling
come
you,
down there.
it's your music
Mhm.
is great. It's a sound that is very similar to a few of the guys that I've heard locally.
Mhm.
All the way, up and down that I-35 corridor. I go to a lot of local places for local bands, people that are doing just like you're doing,
Yeah.
and I think I think you'd be a hit down here. I really do.
Yeah, that'd
And
be
I'd
great.
love to talk to you and hook you up with a few of my buddies and see if we can't get you down here to Texas.
Absolutely, I would love that. Yeah, like I said, I've got a lot of friends down there in Texas that want to see me play, and I want to come play for them. So the sooner, the better.
Awesome.
So on that, if you could play anywhere, where rephrase this different, because I asked this question to a lot of people. Where's one place you could play, or the place you could play, where you're could walk on a stage and be like, I fucking made it?
Oh man. Okay, that's a good question. I'd have to say I don't think necessarily it's a specific venue, but if I could just be able to sell tickets to shows and be able to make music and be able to make enough money to live a good quality of life,
right,
then that'd be making it for me, to be honest. Because a lot of musicians, man, we're out here on the road just nickel and diming it. We're going from town to town. We're eating ramen noodles and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I just I can't do that shit. It sucks. Especially because I got a couple kids. I'm married. I have a wife and 2 kids, and they depend on me to bring home money where we can all live and not have to suffer. So the biggest thing for me is I don't want my children and family to have to suffer because of my dreams.
Right.
So being able to sell tickets would be a huge step in the right direction to be able to just fulfill that dream of what I consider making it.
Okay. I get that. That's probably one of the most poignant answers I've heard to that.
Yeah, that's a great
thanks.
answer.
Because
I love that.
Well, everyone's got, I want to play the Opry, or I want to play,
right,
wherever.
Billy Bob's, or I want to play wherever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play anywhere that'll have me, to be honest. So really at the end of the day, if people want to come out and if they would pay money to come see me play, and I could have a quality of life where I don't have to feed my kids peanut butter and jelly for dinner, then that'd be good enough for me.
That makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. So right now, what do you consider that you are full-time or part-time, or where do you fit on that schedule, do you think?
Man, so this so going viral has kind of put me in a situation to where that I've never been in before, where, to be honest, I kind of just have a little bit more leverage behind me to be able to hit up places and book shows, to be able to go play places that might have just looked me over before. Now they're going to look a little bit deeper, and they're going to be like, hey, well, who the hell is this guy? Maybe we should have him at our bar or venue or wherever. So it's kind of putting me in the situation. I just got off work a few hours ago.
Right.
I'm still working full time and then doing music on top of that. So it's getting into this situation where I have to, make the commitment and make the leap to go full time music. But it's all working its way to that point right now. You know what I mean?
So because you said like you got kids and you got a wife and you got responsibilities. You can't just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go play the bars till 2 a.m. and never see my kids. And you know, like you said, they're gonna eat ramen, or mama's gonna work 80 hours a week while I'm out chasing the stream, kind of, you know.
Yep.
I get that.
Can't do it. So like, so yeah, man, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to do it as strategically as I can, to where I have everything worked out for the moment to just make that switch and go music full time. And really, it's just a matter of having all my shows in order and making sure that I'm booked out throughout the year.
Right.
And
how many gigs do you play a month, or do you have oh, summertime, well, the kids are out of school, we can do a little more traveling, I can get a little more, or do you just kind of keep playing every weekend, or what's your how do you do that?
Yeah, every week, just week in, week out. And really, this is kind of like turned into a point where I'll be able to gig during the week too. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'll be able to pick up Tuesdays or Thursdays somewhere, and just kind of hit these random places that do shows throughout the week. And yeah, it's really on that upward swing to full-time musicianship and full-time road work, and just living it, you know?
Right. Have you, like, because once you went viral, did anybody, like, any kind of labels or anybody, like, reach out to you like, hey, we really want you to play at fucking Drunk Fest or the county fair or some shit like that? Have you got anyone reaching out to for that kind of stuff yet?
Totally. Oh yeah, totally. People have definitely reached out. Management people have reached out, and I don't know. I want to keep it as independent. I want to keep it independent as long as I can, because once you kind of like get involved in the industry side of things, you're not in as much control. So I've kind of been holding off for the right opportunities. Because I mean, I don't know. I've had all sorts of people hit me up, and I don't know, just trying to be a part of this growth. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. There's a lot of sharks in the water, so you have to really be careful and pick and choose who you want to swim with and what you want to do.
Okay. What? Sorry, I was getting some inappropriate comments on my shit.
Oh, you're good, man.
Josh says, are you going to get an RV and take the kids on the road? Let them fucking see the world too.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Awesome.
So me and my wife have been talking. What the goal is to be able to get a Sprinter van, convert it, and go on tours together as a family. Go out for a week, 2 weeks, and go see the country. Maybe go see the world, and yeah, be able to do that all together. That's really what it's all about. I don't want to have to be on the road forever, you know, and leave the family at home. I want them to be able to see all this cool shit that I get to see.
Right.
That's cool.
You know?
That's cool that you want to keep them involved in it.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely times where it just logistically won't work out, but I really want to be able to bring them as much as possible. You know,
I think that's what's nice about nowadays, because it makes it a lot easier to do that kind of stuff. I mean, RV life is super big nowadays.
Oh yeah.
And the ability to homeschool your kids, which, you know, really wasn't around for a while. And just, that's really great. That's awesome.
Yeah. And we already homeschool our kids too. So,
oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So we've kind of been positioning ourselves to be able to do this thing. And it's kind of how we've built our life over the past decade. And now it's all kind of coming to a head. When my feet are to the fire, you know, people want to see me play. People want me to get out there. So it's time to get out there and go see the people.
Right. Are you gonna make it up to like South Dakota, like the Sturgis or some shit like that? Because that'd be cool. That's like
that would be cool, man. I had somebody hit me up a couple weeks ago about playing Sturgis. I was like, shit, you tell me where, and I'll hit them up, you know, and try to see if I can get out there and play.
Right. I don't have that kind of pull. I mean, I know some people that work at bars, but nothing good enough to like get you an actual gig, a playing gig. But
right.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool, man. Like, and that's kind of a neat venue too, because it's all over the place. There's just fucking 30 bars all over the place. You know, it'd be kind of fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do not have that kind of pull to get you out here, buddy. Or I would, man. Like I said, I'm a big fan of your music. Like,
I appreciate it, man.
how do I do this? How do I say it without being a shit? Whenever I have a guest on, I listen to their music. I make it a point to listen to their music.
Yeah.
Not everybody makes onto my Spotify list. Was saying that.
Oh, hell
So,
yeah, dude.
there you go.
Thanks. I like to say, my music isn't for everybody, but it is for anybody.
Yep.
So you just take from it whatever you take from it, and I don't know. That's kind of my philosophy behind it all. You like it or you don't, and that's fine.
Right.
That's what Good Enough was all about. That 4-track EP that I put out. One day I got a wild hair, and I sat down and I recorded those 4 songs, and I was like, you know what? If just me and this acoustic guitar isn't good enough, then fuck it. You know what I mean? Whatever. People will like it or they won't. But this is me, raw and exposed for the world to see. Just a guitar and me. So I don't know. I kind of put that out there as just a way to say that, this is me for who I am, and either take it or leave it. And luckily it's worked out and people enjoy it, and they notice, I don't know, they hone in on that feeling that I tried to convey, and that's what it's all about, really.
Yeah, that's awesome. Dude, I fucking love that. I love that. I love how like I said, I like people out there music, and you're so passionate about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah, man.
and like you said, just take away. Some people when they write music, they get mad if you don't feel the same way about their music as they do. You know what I mean?
Right.
They kind of they and I get it when you're putting yourself out there, because when you're writing these songs from the heart and all that, you're putting yourself out there. You're telling a story about your life, and you want them to appreciate that. But you're just like, fuck it. Like, I'm telling the story. You take whatever part you want, and you make it, how it makes you feel. And I really do appreciate that. That it's, you get to share that with the audience.
That's what it's about for me, at least. Is I don't know. We all experience similar things. We're not so different. All of us humans kind of experience the same emotions and the same ups and downs, highs and lows. And it's there's a lot of things that you can take and from my music and just they relate to some point in your life, something that you might have gone through, and that might have not been what I was singing about at all. But for you, it impacts you in this way, where you resonate with a certain part of a song or a verse or the whole tune or whatever. And that's, I don't know, that's why I do it,
Right. I love it. I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to. The comment came up again, and so I have to ask, dude, about this. But let me pull up the picture, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. There we go. Open. Like we were talking about earlier about how shitty OBS is, and I'm not good at it. But hold on, we're going.
We tell everyone we have gremlins.
Everyone thinks you look like
There's the
Forrest Gump.
photo.
Your Forrest Gump picture. We have to
This
address.
is the
We have
Ain't
to
a
address
Rich
this.
Man.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
your picture on Ain't a Rich Man with your hat and your hair down and your beard with your flannel. It's
yeah.
very Forrest Gump running
Yeah.
across the United
I
States.
started running.
That is what that photo is.
Well, hey, I'll take it.
It's
Shit,
it's a great photo.
It is, dude. That's awesome. I fucking love the picture. I love it. But when they said that you need a Bubba Gump shrimp hat on, and it'd be fucking perfect, dude.
Damn
oh
it.
my god.
I know
Ah.
it. Got that Ernie Ball hat on. That's so funny. Yeah, that was taken by my buddy Jimmy Ramos. He's shout out Jimmy. I don't know if you're on or you're gonna hear this here, but this is for you, brother. Yeah, he's an excellent photographer, and he's gone to so many of my shows and just taken pictures throughout the years, and he's a great friend and a great photographer, great man.
I love
He
that.
did a
Jimmy
great job.
Ramos, shout out.
And that's a fucking awesome picture. The whole thing is great. Even the
Yeah.
font is good. Everything's good on it.
Thanks,
So,
man.
so do you have anybody else like you like local but someone you jam with all the time, or anybody else you like want to give a shout out to? Like,
Hell yeah, dude. I got a couple good buddies. First and foremost, Kyle Bledsoe. Y'all need to check him out. Kyle Bledsoe he was in Shorty and the Chef with me. So I was in a band a couple years back, and then the pandemic happened, that whole story. And it kind of fucked with the band. But regardless, that's neither here nor there. Kyle Bledsoe is the best guitar player you will ever hear and see. And I don't know, I've had the pleasure of working with him firsthand, and he's phenomenal.
I'm sharing his website right now.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Kyle Bledsoe, man. That's my buddy. Best damn guitar player you'll ever hear. He wouldn't say it, but I will.
Right.
And Hunter Wayne Scott. Got a shout out to Hunter Wayne Scott. We just played a show last week in Kokomo, Indiana. And man, that was a hell of a time. Yeah, so we go back to just starting gigging together. Hunter's a great dude. Man, I have so many friends I could shout out. And for everybody out there that's listening, if I didn't shout you out, I'm sorry. Luna Worldcast, you're fucking awesome. Coyote Bear, fucking awesome. Yeah, just a lot of my friends who have lifted me up. The Green Room Rockers, ska group out of Lafayette here, and the Operators, another ska group. They're fucking awesome too. Shit, I could go on for days.
Did you play it all while you were in? Well, like when you were in Germany and thing, did you play then?
Man,
or
no, I never played. I look back on that, I'm like, dude, Germany would have loved just the American sound,
Yep.
just going out and playing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I never did that, and I wish I would have. But no, I just played for my friends and shit.
Right. Hanging
I
out
go down-
in the day room, kind of jamming with your buddies, kind of deal. Yeah.
Go down to the Bees at night, have some beers with the boys, and bust out the guitar and fuck around.
Right.
Some smoke pit kind of
Some
stuff.
smoke pit shit. That's right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Did you
He-
so on your website, and I shared that too. You have some of your albums that are acoustic and some that aren't.
Yeah.
If you had to pick one, which one did you play? Which one would you do?
Man, so God, I don't know. I honestly the new shit. I'm really liking this new direction that the music's been going. I've electrified it, and I've got a lot more components and parts and pieces going on.
Mhm.
I do it one-man band style, and it brings this large sound. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like the Black Keys. This next tune that's coming out on the 1st, you'll hear that.
Okay.
You'll hear a lot of that, that influence. You'll hear a lot of blues. I draw a lot of inspiration from the blues. That's the funny thing is, people call me a country artist, but honestly, I feel more of a blues man at heart.
Right.
That's where a lot of my vocal inspirations have come from.
Right. Well, and God, what was it that the Blues Brothers back in like the 70s were saying that pretty soon the blues is only going to be available in the section of your local library, the historical section of your local library,
the historical section. Yeah, dude.
So
yeah, no, blues will never die. It just might smell a little bit funky for a little while.
Right.
But it'll never die.
Right. And it's so awesome. Like, I don't know. I think it's awesome that it's such a key part of basically all modern music, except for some of the really heavy electronic stuff. But nobody wants to call it that. Nobody wants to be like, hey, you're bluesy. No, I'm not that. I'm whatever. You know what I mean? Well, if you're, about the only people that really own it's R&B. And even then, they're kind of like, well,
Shit.
Yeah,
dude, the blues, man. So blues, it's a few chords that you kind of put together, and any variation that you want, any kind of rhythm that you want to put behind it. But those notes and the sequence of those notes is just something that human beings, we've been singing that for hundreds of years, thousands of years, perhaps. Those frequencies that resonate with our minds and our bodies and our souls that make us move and sing and make you happy or sad or feeling tough, or like that's all the blues, man. Every fucking thing has come from the blues.
Right.
Everything came from the blues. I mean,
Right.
hip hop came from the blues. Believe it or not.
Yeah. Don't tell them that, but
Oh shit.
and don't tell modern country, even metal. Don't tell them that they came from the blues, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's fucking crazy. I love the blues. My uncle's a jazz pianist in the Twin Cities.
It's cool.
And yeah, like I remember being a kid, him jamming with his buddies and stuff, and yeah, I love the blues, man. I'm a big blues fan, and I think a lot of people too, like they don't realize they're blues fans till they hear some blues music. They're like, hey, I like this.
Shit, everybody loves the blues, bro.
Mhm.
You turn. So living here in Lafayette, Indiana, we're about 3 hours from Chicago.
Mhm.
So I never kind of put two and two together before, but I think there might be a reason why I love the blues so much, and it's because, it's had such a heavy influence on our music culture here in Indiana. You know what I mean? Just being a few hours from Chicago, at least, where I'm at, it's had a heavy influence on our music. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know, blues has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, dude.
There wouldn't be a lot of other genres of music out there if it weren't for the blues.
Fuck no.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, you rock and roll. It's just the blues sped up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I mean, it goes into everything. Jazz and blues together. Yeah, it can be found, even metal bands. Like there's a lot of jazz, whether they, like you said, whether they admit it or not, there's a lot of jazz influence behind that style and genre of music.
Right.
With their strange scales that they play and all of these intricate notes that they hit, you know what I mean? It's jazz.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. You can find these little connections throughout all sorts of different genres of music that all kind of trace back to blues or jazz.
Yep.
It's cool.
Kyle says the blues is here to stay. Mark rocks. Thanks for the website share. No problem, buddy.
That's damn right.
So
That's damn right. Shout out KB. Love you, brother.
Carl Whalen says it gives him the Chris Stapleton the vibe. Music makes him think of Chris Stapleton, and I agree.
Man, you know what the funny thing is I have played so many shows, and so many people have come up to me, and they'd be like, "Oh man, you remind me so much of Chris Stapleton," and I'm like, "Well, fucking thanks. Like, don't put me on too high of a pedestal because that motherfucker can wail."
Yeah.
He's so good, man. But I appreciate
we
that.
sort of heard him, didn't we, Radar? We sort of heard him.
He was opening for George Strait in Denver.
Oh, cool.
And
and we were at an Airbnb on the patio up on the rooftop, and we were right by the stadium because the people we were with were at the concert, and we got to hear because it was just that loud.
Yeah,
it was great.
Well, we weren't that far away. We were probably only about a mile,
Yeah.
not even a mile away. Probably more closer to 3/4 of a mile
blocks.
out. Yeah,
that's
It was
cool,
nice.
man.
even my
That's
deaf
cool.
ass could hear it. So
Yeah, Chris Stapleton,
We both have
man.
bad hearing.
Chris Stapleton, that's the first time that I heard the phrase, it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that one before.
I've heard that.
So Chris Stapleton, he, like Jamie Johnson, he was down in Nashville just writing songs and selling songs to all sorts of various country artists. And he was, still like he was writing hit songs, like #1 Billboard chart songs. And, he wasn't getting the recognition that he fucking deserved at the time, Same with Jamie Johnson. Like he was just writing hit songs, hit #1 songs. And he was just sitting in the shadows, and everybody was overlooking his music. And it's just amazing how artists of that caliber can just kind of be overlooked. And but I don't know. Ultimately, they got the recognition that they deserved.
Right.
Jamie
when
Johnson.
the talent's there.
Yeah, Jamie Johnson being at the Grand Ole Opry now, and Chris Stapleton, rising to the heights that he is now it's pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, no, it's. I sure love seeing people who are passionate about it, fucking making it, and not just being like the Tim McGraws and the Faith Hills up there, fucking making money.
Right.
So yeah. I do.
Are Tim McGraw and Faith Hill your Amish singers? Because
fucking just about, dude. I'm sure hating on them. I'm sure hating on them, dude.
Radar does not like the Amish.
I don't know. I like the Amish fine.
Well,
I don't.
You wouldn't like Indiana. We got a lot of Amish.
I don't like them fucking bullshit Amish that try to sell me plastic fucking furniture. I want some motherfucker out there with a draw knife making me a fucking chair. I don't want some bullshit plastic fucking. That's not Amish.
Well, you don't have to worry about him hearing this, because so talk
story.
talk all the shit you want, my friend.
there ain't no Amish coming after you.
Yeah, they don't got their shit blasting their buggy and shit.
You don't have to be worried about being canceled by the Amish. For sure.
Oh, you're safe, Radar. You're safe.
Yeah, you're safe.
Right. Pick on the one group you can still hate on in this country, be fine. Oh
yeah, only because they can't hear you.
Only because they can't hear you. Indeed.
Yeah. So Carl said Cincinnati would love you. You have a gig in Cincinnati, right? Coming up August, you said?
It was like the 26th of August?
Dayton. So I had, it was Dayton, Ohio at Love's Whiskey Barrel. And hold on a second. I'm working on a show in Cincinnati. I worked on it last week. The guy hit me up, said, hey, hit me. I've got a lot of shit going on. Get a hold of me later this week. So actually, I might shoot him a text after we get off this call tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cincinnati's coming. Ohio is right around the corner. It's right there. It only takes a few hours to get pretty much anywhere within Ohio for me.
Right.
So trying to get there, and I'm looking right now as we're talking. I'm trying to see if that spot was in Cincinnati or not.
Carl says he wants to get you in the books.
Yeah, we've got a thing here from Carl. Carl says, your music rocks, man. I'd love to have you join us as a live musician at our huge car show for fallen police, fire, and military families next year.
That'd be cool.
He sent an email address, so we'll make sure you get that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. Tell him just to go ahead also to send me a private message too. So
yeah, he said he did. He said he
Carl.
He sent you a Facebook message.
Cool.
So.
All right. Awesome.
Yep. Send me a Facebook message so I can keep everything kind of in order and be able to sort all that out. But that'd be awesome. That'd be really fun.
And then so we talked about you want to like travel, right? Hop in the fucking Sprinter van and do some gigs.
Yeah.
Is there a benefit to that than going to like say Nashville or Austin or fucking something like that? Is it better to kind of go hit all them little fucking car show in Cincinnati and then a fucking a bar in Indianapolis? Is there a benefit to that vice going somewhere like Nashville and trying to throw your hat in the ring kind of, or
That's a great question, man. And really it's Nashville, I mean, is awesome. Nashville is a place where it's Music City for a reason, you know what I mean? But there's so many towns peppered across this whole country. There's so many places. And that's the kind of people that I have reached with my music. I've reached all these people in these, just small towns, small cities, small towns. And they are often overlooked by people that are trying to, put together tours. They're just skipped over because everybody's trying to get to Nashville or Austin. And really, I just see a lot of regular folks that want to hear good music, and they deserve it just as much as anybody else. And I like the road, to be honest.
Right. Yeah.
This country is fucking awesome, and I love being able to drive across it and, see all of these small places and these, these new faces, man.
Right.
And I don't know. Yeah. Really. Yeah. I mean, Nashville is great. Austin is great. But you're just a drop in the bucket in those places.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You really got to kind of pray to get seen and noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you go to places, that are smaller and people appreciate you more. They appreciate you coming out to their town and making the effort to get out there and play some songs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas Austin and Nashville, are cool, but I'm a dime a dozen out there. I feel you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know, just get looked over. And
Right.
they don't appreciate you anyway.
Right. Yeah. Even if you do make it, they still don't fucking. Yeah. You don't have the. You don't have the autonomy that you kind of have as a solo guy right now. You can play whatever set list you want. You can play fucking whatever venue you want and charge whatever you want. Whatever you can agree on. You're just not stuck into, I don't know, the grind. You're not stuck into some shit tour where you're like, hey, I'm going to play, these same 5 bars in a rotation and make a couple $100. Yeah.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah, man. And a lot of times in Nashville too, like, a lot of folks out there playing for free.
Yep.
So, and as much as I love music, it's hard for me to travel all the way to Nashville and be able to justify going and playing, for nothing while I'm on a tour.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, I got mouths to feed. I need to be making money out there.
Right. Yeah, and you can do that. You can play even if it's a fucking county fair or some shit, or you can play that for $500, $600, whatever. I don't know what you make. I have no clue like what you make on the road anymore, but that's still better than fucking sitting on the street corner playing for free. Or like, hey, this bar, if you want notes, you got to play in this bar, and we don't pay. So you got to fucking
you'll get tips and you know, but I don't know. I have friends that live in Nashville, and they're down there working and they're busting their asses. They're playing, every single night. You know what I mean? And respect to them. But there's all sorts of different ways to approach it. And I like traveling. It's cool.
Right. No, I fucking I love my kids, but sometimes I wish I only had like 2 so I could do that. I got a football team, man, so I can't do that shit.
How many you got?
I got 8.
Oh, 8.
Eight, brother. Yeah. So I'm moving them out. I got 3 out already, but I still got 5 more. Man, I can finally fit them in like one car to go to like the store and shit. Right. So, but yeah, dude, that's what I mean. Like, I would love that freedom to just throw the kids in the fucking in the car and just go, man. I live. Like I said, I live in South Dakota, so there's lots of that natural beauty here. I mean, we get to go to Colorado or Wyoming or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But it's just, it's cool to see them do that. But I would love to, especially after fucking COVID, and all the kids. You see all these people like hop in their fucking Winnebago and go. Yep. That'd be fucking tits. But I can't.
You need 3 Winnebagos.
I would. I would. I'd be like one of those dudes.
Gaggle.
Yep, I'd be one of those dudes with a Winnebago hauling a fucking travel trailer with my motorcycle on the back of it or some shit, So
motorcycle on the back so Dad can get away and kind of cruise.
Yep, just for a minute, if nothing else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
But yeah, I love it out here. But yeah, and I love my kids. But I do get envious when people were like, "Yeah, man, I'm just gonna fucking travel." I love that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, shit, I feel that too. That's why I'm trying to like figure out the best way to do it. To be able to bring them with me as much as I can, whenever possible. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, like you said, it's it's you can share that with them, even if nothing else. Yeah. Even if you don't fucking make it big, they're gonna have stories for the rest of their life. All this shit we got to do and see. And I remember when Dad took us to the fucking Grand Canyon and he played a gig in fucking Phoenix and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, totally.
Fucking something, man. That's cool. That's so much more than I know my kids will ever get.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like fame and all that kind of shit is all just, it's all relative, you know what I mean? It's all like making it and all that stuff. It's all relative to like, I don't know, like really at the end of the day, are you going to die happy or are you going to die regretting all of the decisions that you made? Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Just live this fucking life. That's what it's about.
That's right.
Live it as much as you can.
Yep. And share that experience with the ones you love as much as you can.
Absolutely.
Too. So,
absolutely.
Carl wants to know if you have dogs and haul them on the road with you.
I have one dog. And nope, when we got to go out, my mom comes over and she takes care of him. He's an old boy. So he's a big dog. He's 14, man. We just had our younger dog pass away in January. So now it's just the one big boy, and he's old as well. So he stays at home, and he's kind of in retirement right now.
If you're in the market for a dog, just let me know. I work for rescue.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm flying a dog tomorrow. I get on a plane. I'm flying a dog to a foster dog that I've been getting through a heartworm treatment. I'm flying him all the way to Pennsylvania, and then we're driving him to New Jersey to his new family.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
If you don't want to come to my house, I have like 20 animals.
Oh, yeah? That's awesome.
Yeah, I've always got extra dogs and cats.
We got a couple cats and one dog. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
So whenever we got to go out, whenever we got to go out, Mom comes over and lets the dog out, takes care of the cats, and does all that stuff for us.
Good mom there. Good mom.
She's awesome. She's awesome. Shout out, Mama. You know who you are. Love you.
Yeah, I saw her on here. She's just talking you up.
She's been a problem the whole time, man. She's been.
I'm already best friends with your mom.
Yeah, I bet she's on here just talking me up.
Dana wants to know, and this if it's too personal, you don't have to, but she wants to know how old your kids are.
12 and 9.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so they're still at a fun age.
Totally, yeah. And also like at this cool age to where I don't really feel guilty if I got to go out of town for a little bit and go do some work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's at the perfect age. Like if they were both young babies still, I'd feel real guilty about hitting the road, but they're more independent and they're,
and you know what? Like, and I love my kids. I actually have a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And I have one's older and younger than that, but they get much older than that. They don't want to hang out with you. They have their own life. They have all the shit that they want to do. You know what I mean? Like, do I gotta go do that because I want to go hang out with my boyfriend, or I want to go to the park with my buddies or whatever. And much younger than that, like you said, there's so much of a chore. Like it's not like if you leave, you feel guilty leaving the kids home with mama because now she's got all these kids to deal with all by herself. So that's tough.
Yeah, I got a 12-year-old grandson who lives with me, and he's at a great age. I mean, he's got a little bit of attitude, and there's a couple times I've wanted to unalive him, but I mean, he's fun. He's fun. He's super fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely like the 12-year-old, the preteen stage it's interesting, but
is your 12-year-old a boy or a girl?
Boy, both boys.
Oh yeah, so see, you're the stinky and the attitude and the constant everything he says, even if he doesn't mean to say it, somehow comes out with a little bit more attitude than needed or required.
Sure.
Yeah, we're dealing with that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
good times.
Yeah, he's fun. He's so much fun.
If I can just
I'm going away for 8 days, and I'm not upset that he's not going with me at all. My 28-year-old son lives with me, and he watches them, and I am not sad. I am like, bye.
Hey, yeah, come on. You need to reset and relax.
Oh yeah, Yaya needs a break.
Oh yeah,
I'm just trying to get mine to understand that he won't smell as bad if he would, wear deodorant. Or not wear a hoodie. Not wear a hoodie when it's 90 degrees out. Yeah.
Right. No shit. Yeah, that is definitely the trend of today. For sure.
Right?
The hoodies in the summer. I don't know what the fuck's up with that.
Yeah. And then shorts in the winter.
I don't even know why they want to be stinky. And then they do this. I don't smell anything. And I'm like, I don't know how, because I smelt it from across the room, dude.
Nose blind, like those commercials.
Yeah. I'm going to do that pretty quick. I'm just going to walk by and just spray him with Febreze.
Yeah.
That's what I should do.
By.
I'll get like a small little like Febreze can, and then just like every time he passes by me, just squirt him with it.
Kind of spray
that's a good idea.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Yeah, Carl. Teen boy equals deodorant. What's that? That's right, man.
Yeah.
Get that shit.
Yeah. No shit.
Oh.
They're great. Well, they don't get much better at 28. I'm just saying.
Probably not.
Oh, well, hey.
Fuck
yeah,
it.
I mean, I think that we're all still kids at heart, and we just get bigger and older, but we're all and stinkier. Yeah.
Right.
We don't change too much, though.
Yeah, 28-year-old's got to take me to the airport in the morning, and I told him earlier on the phone, dude, please shower tonight because you're going to be in the car with me for like 30 minutes, and I don't want to smell all that.
Right.
It's too hot to roll them windows
It's like-
down, son. You gotta turn.
And literally all he said was, I'll think about it.
I'll think about it. That's so funny. That's so funny.
Nasty.
Oh shit. Well, we've had you for a little over an hour, so I don't want to keep you too much longer. I don't want to take up your whole night, but
Right. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, guys.
I need you to do me a favor.
What's up?
I need you to promote anything and everything you want to promote in the next couple minutes. So your
All right.
Facebook page or fucking I shared your website.
Cool.
So, but if there's
And
anything else you want to
I've got your Facebook tagged, and we'll put that on the pages, and that's on my
Sweet.
personal page.
Awesome.
Do you have Twitter? Do you have TikTok? Is there anything else?
I don't have Twitter. I have decided to boycott TikTok because fuck that.
Right.
No offense to the TikTok scrollers.
No,
I just
it's
can't
all
do
good.
it. I can't do it, man.
There's so
but-
much out there right now.
Oh, I know. It's like, man, I can't keep up with all of it. Like, I'm sorry. I just can't. So Facebook, Marc Ridge, the links are here. Please follow me. Instagram, follow me on there too. YouTube, Marc Ridge. So when I start hitting the road and getting out there, I want to start doing vlogs, and I'm gonna be posting those on my YouTube channel. So please feel free to check those out. Go and subscribe over there. Also, Spotify. Spotify is awesome. I love it because it gives me more analytics. I can see like where people are listening from, what songs they're listening to, what their favorite shit is. Like it kind of gives me more insight on how well my music is doing. So I prefer Spotify, but all of my music is available everywhere. So just listen to it wherever you like to listen to it.
Like you said, it was on Amazon. Amazon Music is on there.
Yes, it's everywhere. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I got
Anywhere
you on
listen.
Amazon. I got you on
Yep.
following you on Spotify. I didn't know you on Instagram, but I'll get you
Yes.
and I'll put you on my Instagram page because
Cool.
that's also linked to the show.
Sweet.
And everybody that listens to us regular, a lot of the guys follow me on my TZ page on
Cool.
Facebook, and they
Right.
follow me on TikTok, and I've started putting more of the show stuff on my TikTok.
Cool.
So definitely we'll plug your stuff. I've been playing your music for the past 2 weeks. I've been playing it at work. I got the guys here in my office listening to you. I've got
Awesome.
friends
Thank you.
listening to you. So we're getting your word out there, dude. We're getting your music out
Yep.
there.
I appreciate it. And the biggest announcement, August 1st, new single coming out, Still Truckin'. So
Awesome.
be sure to go on my Facebook, and there's the pre-save link. So click that button so that way it notifies you when it comes out. But yeah,
Okay.
August 1st. August 1st,
And
midnight.
And I will share that on our pages as well, so we can
Sweet.
get that
Yeah.
out for you. Absolutely.
Awesome. That'd be great.
Yeah, dude. I thank you so much for coming, dude. It's been a
Thank you.
blast, and as long as you
Yeah,
don't
it's been
mind, as
great.
long as there's no royalties and shit, I'm gonna keep playing your music for
Totally.
the audience. And
Yeah, feel free.
when we start getting zucked, when you get big and we start getting zucked because you because we're not paying your royalties, like hook it up
Right,
and like
right,
send us a letter or some shit so we don't get shut down. 'Cause
Yeah, that
Oh
way
Facebook's-
we
yeah,
can send
totally.
it to
Yeah,
'em.
for sure. Yeah. Hopefully you guys are okay. With everything. Like I said, the email file should be all right. But I mean, I guess only time will tell.
I'll go through it, and if for some reason I'll look at that one, that the one I played, the Airborne Man. They said that was the one that was messed up, right?
No,
Maybe.
it's fine.
I'll double check it. I'll
was-
make sure it's
yeah.
not played and weird. But I'll get with you offline and be like, hey, can you send me another copy of that, and we'll see if we can get it to work.
And I
So-
just had a friend private message me. I've got one more question for you. They want to know if you've got any merch.
I do.
you have a merch
yes. Thank that person for messaging you because I forgot. Yes, markridge.com. You can go there and there is a merch link. Just click that merch tab and it'll take you where you need to go.
Awesome. All right. And I'll make sure and get that up too. Wonderful.
Sweet. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for having me on.
Absolutely, and anytime, man. If you got some new shit dropping, you want to come, let us
Sweet.
know.
Yeah,
Fucking
just send us a message.
absolutely,
Awesome. Yeah, this would be fun. Let's definitely do this again.
absolutely. So, all right, Mark, thanks so much. Hey everyone, we're gonna cut to break. Give us like a couple minutes. Give us about 5 minutes. Listen to some Humbletown, and we'll be right back after the break. Ciao,
guys.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Hey, everybody. We back.
Hey.
We are back. Fuck, that was awesome. Marc Ridge is awesome. Go check it. I shared a bunch of his shit in the streams. Go check him out. And if he's in your area, listen to him. If you got Spotify, get it. Listen to it.
Yeah.
He's
Spotify,
fucking good.
Amazon. He's everywhere.
Yep. I should have played it again. I shouldn't. I wish I actually got 3 songs from.
That's all right.
But
we'll get some more.
Discover him if you have not yet. He is definitely
if
worth
you're not
it.
following me on Facebook, TZ on Facebook, I'll post a lot of his YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
So you guys can check him out there, and I'll post all of his social links on my Facebook page. So if you're not following me on Facebook, follow me on Facebook.
Amy said check it out on SoundCloud too. SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud.
There's a ton of ways to listen to it. Like you don't have an excuse not to.
Yeah.
So
no excuse.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. It's fucking amazing. I'm a big fan. I'm not talking shit about other guests, but not everybody makes it onto my Spotify. So.
And the fact that we both put him in our playlist
is
pretty freaking amazing.
Yep. So yeah, he's made it up there with Robert Earl Keen in my book. So you can make it up to that level. So that's good. And I know nobody gives a shit about Radar's playlist, but Radar
probably
does.
like yours better than mine.
Maybe
mine's a little ganky. Maybe that's one of our shows we can do. We can
just have Spotify. We can't
post our
though.
playlist.
We could post our playlist.
We can post it. We can post our little picture of our playlist.
And I think we're somehow allowed to play like 5 seconds of a song before it gets sucked. I'm not sure, but I'm not trying that. I am not.
No, we'll just write out. We'll write out or screenshot our little playlist, and then we'll just do a little. Maybe one night we'll just dedicate it to our playlist.
We will
see how weird mine is compared to yours.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I bet mine's got a lot more 80s music than yours does.
Yeah, I'm not a big 80s fan. I was born in the 80s. I was raised in the 80s, but I'm not a fan of 80s music.
Yeah,
I'm not
a teenager in the 80s.
It's too electronic for
like,
me.
It's in my veins.
It's too electronic. I don't like electronic music, really, anyway.
Yeah.
So.
It makes me happy.
It does. Guy Clark. Yes. I have listened to some Guy Clark. Carl said it's 60s, 70s, 80s, and of course 90s rock for me. You know, and I have a lot of I kind of skip a little bit. I have a lot of like 60s.
Dana and I get along great because we both have a bunch of country man-hating songs on our playlist.
Yeah, my wife was listening to those on the way back from Colorado.
Was she mad at you because of the
I don't know. I don't
choice?
even know. I know. Well, no, that was her. She got the hotel. No, but
I thought the
she
one
played
that you
like
got
Goodbye
was...
Earl from the Dixie Chicks like 3 times, and I was like, oh, I don't know what I did.
You do?
I don't know what I did.
Oh, well,
so,
that's not unusual.
Dragging the Line by Tommy and the Shondells. Yeah.
Yeah, the Shondells.
I got some like Jimi Hendrix and the Doors and the Who. Well, it was a little bit later, I guess, but I don't have a lot of like 70s stuff, later 70s. I don't have any disco. I have some disco. I have some funk. I do have some disco and some funk, I guess.
Do you? You have disco?
Not a lot. Just like the funny disco.
Well, we'll have to do that. We'll definitely have to check that out.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, that might.
We just talk about music too. I don't know, dude. I just. But you know what?
Pitbull. I have a lot of Pitbull.
Pitbull? No, I don't need Pitbull. I don't think. I have some DMX.
I've got DMX.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, we all like what we like.
Yeah. Yeah, but I still liked sitting in the VA, being all pissed off for like 5.5 hours and then leaving, and then the song that comes on, the first one comes on, is "Undone" by Robert Earl Keen. I was like, just don't fucking tap me, phone, because this is not going to end well for anybody. The Beach Boys. You know what? I dig some Beach Boys. Okay, so I think I've told this story before. We used to come out on vacation. When I lived in Iowa, grew up in Iowa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Come out here on vacation, and my mom and dad would do that. My dad would get a tape, my mom would get a tape, and that's how they alternated for like the 12.5 hour car ride, right?
Yeah.
So it would
Yeah.
go from like Commander Cody, which I'm sure nobody who fucking knows who that is. So it'd be from Commander Cody to the Beach Boys.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would go to like Little Feat to like another Beach Boys album.
Okay, see, so my parents were completely different than yours because my dad would play Charlie Pride and C.W. McCall. C.W. McCall was my dad's all-time favorite. And then my mom's side was Beach Boys and Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. Dana, here's an idea. You should post your playlist of the artists that you want to promote rather than the big names on your playlist. I like that. I do that. I do that by the songs that you hear on our breaks and stuff too. Last break after our deal, that was Humbletown, Long Way to the Ground. Okay, that's and
a band that I want us to promote, and I need to get their music to you is Clever Name Band, and that is retired. Well, he's a veteran, Air Force veteran, and he's great. And Clever Name Band, they play here local all the time. Let's do that.
Yep, I love it. I love it. I absolutely love promotion, like using this platform to promote music and artists that don't get a lot of recognition other ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
if we can reach 1,000 people tonight, or through the next whatever, if 1,000 people can hear Mark play his songs and tell his story, you're not going to get that by going to a little local bar. You're not going to get 1,000 people in a bar. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? It's a lot of traveling he's got to do. If I can get 1,000 people to hear his music, and man, that's all right. I like that. That's pretty good. Absolutely. Yeah. Get him some follows on YouTube. Get him some, get him some subscribers. If you like his shit, go to YouTube, subscribe and follow his page. Maybe you can get a little monetary kickback or something. I don't know if he gets anything from Spotify or from any of the venues. I don't know. I don't know how any of that works. I don't.
Yeah, the socials.
Yeah, I don't know how social media pays. I know you have to have so many followers and so many views and all that, but if you like what he does, subscribe to his page. And then if new shit comes out, you'll get a notification saying, "Hey, there's a new video from Marc Ridge, from Marc Ridge Music or whatever." Yeah, absolutely. Follow them. Give it and I would absolutely recommend you do that with anybody, whether we have them on or not. If you go Reverend Peyton's Big Damn Band. You've heard of them? Probably haven't.
I have not.
They are from Kentucky. They were up here and they played the Rally, and then they played a thing called the Deadwood Jam. Okay. How awesome. The guy plays like a steel resonator guitar. Wife plays a washboard, and her brother plays the drum kit. He has like a 5-gallon bucket.
What's the name of him again?
Reverend Peyton's Big Damn Band. Just put Big Damn Band. DAMN band.
Like DAM band. Oh, okay.
Great. And nobody's ever heard of them. They're in my playlist. They're awesome. But I knew nothing about them. I said, a little band from Kentucky came out here. Great band. Yeah. Great. And love them. And I don't know if they've ever been back. I think probably said, fuck South Dakota. I'm not going to go back. It's cold up there. Because it was,
I wouldn't be up there.
They played the Deadwood Jam in September, and we had snow in September. And they're standing out there playing in snow, and they're from Kentucky. Probably never seen fucking snow in their life. And they're like, fuck this, I'm out. So, but they're great. The music was great. And I love that. I love like introducing people to new music and getting people to expand their horizons and follow. Yeah. Like I said, if you like them, follow them on social media. If you have people who you think we should listen to, absolutely send them our way. I would love to do that. Especially veterans, veterans, because I feel like, we didn't get into it or not, but a lot of us, when a lot of artists, especially when they write songs or create their art, pain is what drives a lot of those, right?
Yeah.
What better way to, even if you're just writing some shit down, or doing some doodles or whatever, and it helps you with your PTSD or your fucking MST or whatever it is, whatever you can get that, helps you out, helps you cope with whatever demons are chasing you. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So I want to encourage people to that.
I write. I don't write music, but I write.
I don't.
And that helps me. That helps me unwind. You know, I've got journals and journals and journals. And one day my children will see them and be very, very,
very disturbed.
Unhappy.
Yeah, very in with me.
They're going to need more counseling after I'm gone.
Yeah,
than they needed while I was
Stefan
alive.
says Fort Campbell shuts down when they get a dusting. So fuck yeah, that's right. But absolutely, I love getting airtime to people who, you know, are out there fucking in the trenches, trying to make that money, trying to, like Humbletown for an example. They're just finishing up their summer tour, bluegrass stuff, right? It's my buddy and his wife and 2 young kids were in a fucking. It wasn't a Sprinter van. It was like an old Dodge half-ton van, and they were camping in the fucking woods and hanging out and staying on buddies' couches, and they played all over the Midwest. They played a bunch of shows because that's what they love to do. And they write their own music, and they're passionate about what they do, and they're passionate enough to pick up their kids and travel the country for the summer and try to make it. You know, that's awesome cool to me, and share their passion and share their love. And I see that in artists when people appreciate what they do. And you know, like Mark was saying, he performs, and how we interpret it is on us. I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. So, you know, if we can use this platform for good instead of evil upon occasion, I want to be good. We can be evil. We can share the memes, and we can roast shitty leadership, and we can try to change the art. But sometimes if we can, you know, if we can take these guys and gals that are trying to do better for themselves and their families, and give back a little bit, I absolutely want to do that. He's probably better than me. Sure. He didn't hit his microphone with his hand. Shut up, Spring. Jesus Christ.
I've done good tonight. I haven't messed with mine.
Maybe you should do.
I'm
maybe
surprised. Am I echoing at all?
No, it looks great. You're in
I'm in this.
Are you gonna
room.
broadcast from your office every week now?
I'm thinking about it. I'm seriously thinking about coming here on Wednesday.
Your lighting is great.
From here.
I know
the lighting's good. I've got my cool backdrop with all my cool shit that is on the wall in my office. It's quiet here. The air conditioning's at 68 and it stays that way. I'm thinking about it. This may be my new broadcast.
There you go.
Place.
Hey, it's working out good.
It.
You know, you had some.
Nobody cares that I'm here.
You had some connection issues at first, but I think it's fine. Yeah, you can't have pet of the week.
And we won't have pet of the week. Well, no, honestly,
take pictures.
I bring the dogs with me to work occasionally, so I could probably swing that.
So you can just take a picture too and send it to me, and I could share it.
That's right. We can just do the pet of the week on a picture.
Ooh, I should hold on. I got some other news.
It's like cool shit Halo TZ. I do have a cool shirt on today.
Oh, do you? Hold on.
My cool shirt.
Let me see if I can find it. I shared it.
I got this from someone for my birthday. What did you find? Oh, see, there I went and I hit my mic because we were talking about it. I blame you and the Amish. What'd you find? What'd you find?
I shared this last night.
Well, then I've already seen it.
You've already seen it, but the people haven't seen it.
It's for the people.
Wow, you're very I've already seen it. They don't need to see it.
I've already seen it. The hell with the public. No, share with the public.
So I did a thing. Well, we did it. Okay, hold on. So I say we did a thing.
We need backstory.
I say we did a thing. We didn't do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
No. My wife and I didn't do a thing. It's been a minute. So it's a Snapchat picture that I saved and shared to the team because I'm dumb. I like to share what I'm doing with my life.
Yeah,
all
we're
right.
Cool with that.
Transition this. So that is 1963 F100 half-ton Ford. With it runs, it needs carburetor rebuild, needs brakes because it has no brakes. I mean, it has brake pedal that does nothing. It'll run if you pour gas down the carburetor.
So it's a work in progress.
It is a work in progress, and it's kind of blowed up and grainy, but it's actually in really good shape, and it's a factory wrong bed. We bought this truck in 2020. My wife and I did, and we have been looking and looking, and it's out. We keep it out at the shop by our chickens. Okay, and we look at it every time we go out there. Every day, I look at this fucking truck, and I'm like, I want to do something with the truck. And my wife we sat down the other day and I was like, I either want to sell it or I need to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
It's been almost 3 years. It's just sat. We need to do something with it.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're fixing it?
Went last night and kind of out of the blue, I got a tow dolly from U-Haul, hooked it behind my pickup, and called my girlfriend's boyfriends, and they all came over and pushed it onto the tow dolly. We hauled it down. We hauled it in to the middle of the street, and they pushed me into the driveway. And we are starting to, I've got some, obviously a bunch of body work. We got a bunch of body work to do. The engine and brakes, honestly, I could probably have that done this weekend. The engine sound, it turns over when it runs. It doesn't really smoke that bad. It smokes a little bit, but it's an old 292. It's going to do that. But I mean, I could probably in all reality have it going by the end of the weekend, to where I could drive it and be mildly safe with it.
Look at you go.
But it's also 1,000 degrees. It will run if I put gas in it. Yep. Dude, did you find White Lightning? Okay. Dick and I had, when I lived with Dick, I had an old Dodge half ton we called White Lightning because it was white, 2-wheel drive. And it was all, actually that truck wasn't bad. I'd buy another one if I could. It was a 84 Dodge. I actually really enjoyed it. But it was bad. That thing was horrible. But anyway, it was a cool truck. But yeah, so I had that truck. He had a motorcycle, and our buddy Junior had a half-ton Chevy pickup and a motorcycle both. So Dick said there was no floorboards. That's right. There wasn't any floorboards. There was. You just had to be careful. You put your feet. But so we would kind of be interchangeable. Like sometimes Dick would take my pickup, sometimes I'd take his motorcycle, sometimes we'd fuck off. It didn't matter, you know. Just kind of grab cool. Whatever. Yeah. So White Lightning was our grocery getter and Junior's truck, but he didn't let us borrow his truck after I got that ticket for going like 100 and a 70. So
yeah, y'all made Junior annoyed sometimes. I think
it didn't even need a key. It needed something. You had to have something in the ignition, not more than a screwdriver. Like it needed some sort of key. It didn't need the key.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh, Steven said he had a 71 F100 with a 240 and a 3 on the tree. I had a 69 F100 243. I had a 4-speed in it, and that thing would do the same thing. It'd pull a fucking stump, but it'd also only go about 45 miles an hour.
Why did Dick just say he used his pocket knife to start your truck?
He doesn't know what he's talking about. You had to have something in it more than a screwdriver. Maybe he had like a little pocket knife. Did you have like a little fucking Carolina toothpick or whatever? But you had to have something in there to turn it. More than just like a screwdriver. Anyway.
But not the official key.
Yep. He said he's still rocking the 97 Toyota T100 with 89,000 original miles. I bet that son of a bitch will run forever. Yep, that's right, Steven. Screaming at 45. But anyway, I've wanted this truck for a while. We've had it.
And now you just got to fix it up.
Yep. Heath had a 76, 77, and 79 4x4 Fords. I did too. I had a 75. 3/4 ton high boy.
Oh, you boys and your vehicles.
My father-in-law has a really nice 65 Chevy C10. Fun thing too, in South Dakota, that old, you can get the original license plates from that year and you can run those as your license plates. So I have a set of 1965 license plates I'm going to put on it too. Do you remember her green 68 Ford step side with a 3 on the tree?
I do. And Dana, do you remember my green international travel that I drove our junior and senior year?
That sounds fun as shit.
It was fabulous. I love that thing.
Do you still have it? What happened to it?
When my dad died, one of his shady business partners claimed that he didn't pay him for something and took us to small claims court. And we just didn't want to deal with it. So my mom was kind of in a cloud of that whole, dad died thing. Mm-hmm. And so we just We just let him have it.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't worth the fight. It really wasn't worth the
No,
fight.
it probably wasn't.
And I had
Yep.
and I had his Cadillac that I was driving at the time, and it needed the Travelall needed some work anyway.
Mhm.
And so it was just like, it ain't worth it. So
Yep.
yeah, nope, I don't have it anymore. Unfortunately. I loved that thing. It was my favorite truck.
Steven said now he's got an 18 Challenger RT Plus. That sounds cool.
I have a Chevy Trailblazer.
You do, and it's like
Right.
brand new.
It is, and it's beautiful, and I love it.
He said the best vehicle he's ever had was the 83 Chevette with a V6 and a 6-speed. I don't know they put V6 in Chevettes. My cousin Tracy had a Chevette. It was shit brown. It was two-tone brown with like a fake wood paneling on the side of it, like a wood sticker. That was a piece of shit. I think it was ridiculous.
Oh, Lordy.
I think the best vehicle I ever had, I don't know. I had a couple really good ones. I had a 99 Power Stroke. I got 500,000 miles out of before I got rid of. I had
this badass Saturn that I drove for years and years and years and shot golf balls at. Never loved the car.
actually, the most impressive vehicle I've ever owned was a 91 Honda Accord. That thing had like 230,000 miles on it. And my first wife, she got into an accident. She got ran into by a guy who ran a green light. She ran that red light bigger and shit and got hit.
Ooh, damn.
Yup.
I'm getting all these little notifications on my phone, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should check those because it's about my flight in the morning.
Oh shit, yeah.
And I'm kind of excited because it's delayed and it's not leaving until 8:46 now.
Dick said his
Which isn't really
2001
it's not
Ranger,
screwing it up.
Ford fucking Ranger, got the best gas mileage. Put like one tank in it a year because you actually never drove the fucking thing. Heath
I
had
had a
a
Ford Ranger once.
95 Jeep Cherokee that was unstoppable. My wife coincidentally thinks Rangers are for fuckboys. And then when I told
They
her
probably are.
I had a Ford
They
Ranger, and I was
probably
like,
are.
yeah, probably you're right. Dick was a fuckboy
she's
too.
probably
and
right
everything.
because that's how I got my Ford Ranger was from my first husband. It was his. and
Yup.
He was a Navy fuckboy.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Yep.
I actually
Well, I hate to do this to you, but
We
I
need to
honestly
get
I just
going.
noticed it is 9:36, and
Yep,
I have
we
to
have
be
flights
up
tomorrow.
at the 0 crack of dawn to
Yep.
get that puppy dog and take it.
Well, you're fine. We should wrap this up.
But
so
I am glad that my flight is delayed for 45 minutes, so I'm not too upset.
we need to wrap things up. So you have calendar updates.
I do have calendar updates.
Okay.
Which say that everybody is back. Ice is back tomorrow, and Friday night does have a show. So you do your thing, and we have no guests coming up in the next week.
All
or
right.
Anybody.
So we're back to normal weeks. Dana says she'll text you tomorrow.
All right, girl. I will have my phone on me.
Okay.
I'll be traveling, but I have service.
And no one texts me.
They love
Anyway,
me.
that's obviously. So
I think I was supposed to call her a couple days ago, so I feel really bad. Sorry, Dana, I never called you back the other day. But yeah, text me tomorrow.
And Carl says I'll see you Friday. Thanks for hanging out, Steven. We're not done yet, Steven. You got to hang out for the spiel because tonight
Yeah,
you've
he's
been
gotta do his
listening.
spiel.
Tonight you've been listening to me, Radar, and her TZ in the Smoke Pit with our special guest, Marc Ridge. He is a singer-songwriter and joined us for an hour, and I love Army vet. Great guy. Thanks for coming on, Mark. It was great. Now, tomorrow, Swords time. Back bigger and better than it was a couple weeks ago before Ice went on vacation. But he will be talking about all things National Guard, Army Reserves, active Army, fun stuff. There's been some changes going on. He'll be talking about, I'm sure. He just got back from Bragg, so he'll probably show some pictures and stuff, hang out. Ice is awesome. He will be there tomorrow, Sergeant's time. Hang out with him. Friday, the aptly named Friday Night Freedom. Happens every Friday night. Talk about freedom and freedom-loving people, Americans. And America is going to be Kaz and Pookie will be hanging out, doing their shit, having a good show. They're on every other week because of scheduling. But this week they're on. Go hang out with them on Friday. Yeah, Sarn's time. It's great. Sarn. Now, Saturday night, dawn's a day. Day of no scheduled activity. Nobody will be here. We're off hanging out with our families, doing our thing.
I'll be
Still,
in New York City.
She'll be in New York City. I will be rebuilding a carburetor or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, Sunday night is the sports bar with the actual King Smith and Coach. They'll be talking about sportsing stuff. I don't know. It's probably baseball this time of year. Ooh, it's almost football time. It's almost time for preseason football.
Getting close. It's like,
let's go.
It's like down to double digits.
Yes, that's fucking go. So sick of baseball.
Yeah.
Anyway, are we gonna fantasy football?
I don't do that.
You don't do that, but there are people who listen that do fantasy football. Pookie and Coach and King Smith and CQ. We need to get this fantasy football thing going and see if we can't get some listeners in on this. So I think the plan was we're going to do a listener and radio group fantasy football league. Well, we've tried doing it in the past. We'll see if we can get it going. That's on them though. Whatever.
Yeah, not us. We don't do the sports.
Monday. Here. We're so good at names here. The Monday edition. Aptly named because it happens on Monday, and it's an edition that happens every Monday. Ice is back, and is he going to have Shipwreck on? I don't think he's going to have Shipwreck on. Maybe Mom. Do we have a co-host for him?
Somebody. I'm not sure. I didn't. I
or is he going to? Is he going to dip in the harem of CQ's harem?
He might.
Ooh, we'll see. We'll see who he decides to do for a co-host on Monday. Maybe I'll join him. I haven't done a Monday edition in a long time. That'd be kind of fun.
There you go.
He hasn't asked though. Anyway. Ice will be there on Monday edition. On Monday with Monday edition.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Pop Culture Warrior with CQ and one of his harem. Now, he is kind of taking a step back due to the Screen Actors Guild strike, kind of holding off on some of the stuff he's talking about, to respect their stance, their strike, which I understand. 100%. So if he wants to, but he would still have a show. So we'll be talking about some other stuff. There are other things in pop culture other than movies and television. There are video games and magazines and music and stuff like that that are still part of what he talks about. And he will talk about all the other things on Tuesday. Pop Culture Warrior, CQ, and Harem. Now, a week from tonight is the Smoke Pit. You are going to be gone.
I'm supposed to be gone.
You are going to be gone.
I'm going to be in Vermont.
You're going to be in Vermont. You're going to be gone. She's going to be gone. I'm not going to make you be on vacation and be on the radio.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Vermont on next.
I am in talks. I am in talks with a special guest co-host for next week.
What?
I will let you know offline. You're going to have to listen. But I am in talks with a special guest co-host as long as it's okay with the boss man, and I need to check with this guy for his schedule. A surprise, and I'm not going to ruin it.
Oh, good. Keep it a secret.
I'm going to tell you after the show when we hang up here, but I'm not going to ruin it to the audience.
Then but I won't tell anybody.
Next week, special guest, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
And in 2 weeks, we do have a guest.
We do have a guest in 2 weeks. Do you want to? I may not be here 2 weeks. I may just be pushing buttons, but we have a guest coming on the show. I want you to plug. Go ahead.
Resilient Rooster, Danny. Denny has been on one of the shows before, back when he was with OP Veteran. He is no longer with OP Veteran. He is now Resilient Rooster. I have all his deets on my pages. He is freaking amazing. He's doing some great stuff. We are about to help him out, and we're going to be doing a float on the San Marcos River out of Don's fish camp. It's going to be Rally on the River. It's going to be on August the 5th, and he will be coming on to plug that and talk all about it and talk about the cause that we are going to be raising money for and helping him with for Rally on the River on August the 2nd here on the Smoke Pit. And it's going to be a great show. Denny's a great guy. And this is a great cause that we're going to be raising money for, and I'm so glad to be a part of it, and I'm so excited, and it's going to be great. So you guys definitely be here in 2 weeks. I mean, be here every week, but
let's be honest, be here every week. But 2 weeks is going to be awesome. Now, I have some doc stuff. I may not be here. I may just be pushing some buttons.
But I will be here.
She will be here, maybe hosting and maybe have a special guest host. We're not going to say words.
We'll see.
We're in talks. We're in talks with a special
for next week.
Guest co-host in 2 weeks for you.
For me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll figure it out. Either way, we got some big shows coming up in the next couple weeks. Everyone does. This is going to be, we're back. We're chugging on all 8 cylinders. We're going to be having a blasty blast around here. So please like and subscribe the pages. Come hang out with us, interact with us. We're having a blast. We do this for you guys. Yep. Go check out our guest, Marc Ridge. I shared his deets earlier. Go to the Smoke Pit page after the show, and I'll share a bunch more stuff on there. Check him out. If you like what he does, like and follow him on social media. Get his merch. Go hang out. It's been a blast tonight. I really do appreciate it. TZ, enjoy your trip. Be safe.
Thank you.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. And if anybody
in the comments next week.
Yeah, hopefully. That'd be fun. Because you are really, really, really gonna like the guests we have.
I'm excited.
The guest co-host. You're gonna be excited for it. So we're gonna end the show. Hang out for starts and ends. Bubba starts live in Sioux Falls singing Triple Fine. And we will be back next week. Thanks for coming. Shots.
Bye.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Their love on me like water. Got an ocean full of love that's made for two. We can sail up on the ocean breeze and sunshine feels like you're loving me. We got a good thing going on, you know that's true. I'm feeling fine, fine, fine. Boy, your love on me like wine. Come on, mama, fill me up. Let me take a sip from your loving cup. Feeling fine, 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 fine. Boy, your love on me like wine. Well, I like waking up lying next to you when the sun's so hot and the sky's so blue. There ain't a single thing I'd rather do than spend all my time making love to you. Ain't got a plan, just a way to live in a big bag of love that we love to give out to the world through song and show. If you're getting on the bus, let's go, go, go. I'm feeling fine, fine, fine. Boy, your love on me like wine. Come on, mama, fill me up. Let me take a sip from your loving cup. Feeling fine, 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 fine. Boy, your love on me like wine. Feeling fine, 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 fine. Boy, your love on me like wine. Feeling fine, 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 fine. Boy, your love on me like wine. Feeling fine, fine, fine. Hey, Sioux Falls, thank you so much.